You are now listening to the Non-Millennial Millennials podcast, brought to you by House of Spades Media Group. Enjoy.
And we are back, you bitches. Guess what? It's a Zoom episode. You know why? Because George fucked up. Ta-da!
Anytime you see one of these from now on, it's probably a George reason. Now,
Or somebody's just out of town.
Well, now am I upset? Yes, but will I express it in a Joseph Button type way?
Oh.
No, but do I want to?
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, but no. Boy, oh boy, let's get to the shits.
Episode
I think there's an opening on the block, huh?
Non-Millennial Millennials podcast, House of Spades Media. I am your host, Jose Ortega, aka Tequila Papi, aka possibly the next Joe. And I am joined by my co-host, Bidrick 93rd, aka Busy 93, aka the Kango Don.
AKA call me motherfucking Khalifa. No mean to cut you off, my dear friend. But
I was letting you rock. I would throwing you to.
I would like to tell the audience and those of you that like the AKAs, my new AKA, and I hope you all like it. I hope you all vote on it and want to keep it in rotation. AKA the Cricket Court Jester. You know what it is. I rock Kurt Cobain because I might shoot myself in the head too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We out here. Yeah, it's kind of dark, but you know, we out
here. You do know how I feel about Kurt Cobain, right?
Not extensively, no.
Oh, I feel like Kurt Cobain was one of the most selfish musicians of all fucking time, and yet we give him so much credit because he was a great musician, and we feel bad. But what I see and what I feel when I hear about Kurt Cobain, I'm like, nigga, you wanted to kill yourself at the height of your career, and also the height of everyone else's career. That did not seem. That's selfish. Now we out of work. That's some selfish shit. You couldn't talk to nobody?
I'll give you that if you're really one of those people that believe he really killed himself. I'm not a part of that clan, so you know, balance.
Look, man,
I think it had something to do with it, you know.
If the white people that did the autopsy say that he killed himself, that's the word I'm going to go off on right now, just because there was an autopsy involved. I'm not going to go into conspiracy theory now, but what I'm saying is if he did kill himself, that's fucked up, because it's like, nigga, there's mad members in the band and shit. Nigga, you could have hollered at one of us. Nigga, we supposed to be a support system. You let Courtney Love get inside your brain piece and you committed to suicide, like blah, blah, blah.
I mean, I don't think it might.
Nigga, now I'm hungry. I'm going for my cocaine.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it was a situation where it was he killed himself. I think somebody who you just named may have paid somebody else to make it look like something it wasn't. But that's just my personal theory because I'm a fan. That's it. Moving on. How about I guess bad relationships and breakups and bands and even court jesters. Goddamn. There might be an opening on the block. I think we can maybe buy some property and move in.
Yeah, Jersey, New York look like it's up for grabs right now. Like I'm just saying, might be up for grabs. You know what I mean?
Maybe like, not on the hip hop tip. I heard somebody got that locked down. Shout out to my nigga Polo, but nah, man. I think that podcasting block is being gentrified at the moment.
Yeah. If you don't know, we subliminally talking about like we a Drake record. We're talking about Joe Budden and his beef with Freudian Mall.
The end of an era.
Oh no, it's dead. That shit dead. That shit
Let's
dead,
be honest.
Dead.
We knew the episode after the comeback and tell everybody a part of what happened. We knew after that episode after that shit was awkward, nigga. That shit was weird.
It was awkward. It was weird. But it was one of those, like, I didn't expect neither one of them, like neither Rory nor Maul, to come into that podcast and not feel a little bit uncomfortable, let alone all three of them. Because
I mean, after you just told me, so what, nigga?
Yeah.
Like
there were so many motherfuckers in that room that felt a way about the situation, whatever it may be.
And come to find out, mostly towards Rory and Maul. Most people in their room felt the way against them. A lot of people in that room are on Joe's page.
But yeah,
or on Joe's side, I should say.
When you employ a bunch of motherfuckers, you can't just break down some shit just off the rip. Because
we've talked about
like 12, you employ 12 motherfuckers to one show, and 2 motherfuckers feel a certain type of way about the show that are involved, that actually do some talking and shit, and they, whatever reason, want to just walk away, take some time off, breathe a minute. That's cool. But this show can't stop, nigga. Like, these niggas need to eat. What the fuck you mean?
And because as this has evolved through the last few weeks, we've talked about different points and thoughts we've had on it. My opinion, because we had a whole thing in one of our episodes about how I'm a friend of the show because it signed up for the Patreon and all of that. I saw the whole episode, bro. Like, I'm more and more through this shit on Joe's side, and I kind of didn't want to be. I'm a Joe fan. I've always have been. That's why I started listening to the show. But I felt like because he was doing the shit was sounding a certain way and it was looking a certain way, that, you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't fucking, shut down, or you should shut down the whole show, and you shouldn't be, talking about this shit on air. But then you go on air, you tell them, so what? Then the next episode after that, it's awkward. And then the next episode after that, they don't even show up. And then you're just talking to yourself, and then it's trending on, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas got to go pay for the episode because you went so hard on your man, bro. The episode ended. The Patreon, the leaked episode that was taken down, the bitch ended with him calling like, nigga, you stupid fuck. What is wrong with you? You fucking idiot. Like, shit like that. Like, that's how it ended. I'm not doing that to my mans, bro. I don't care if that has been my mans for 6 years. I'm not doing that to my mans, dog.
But here's the thing, though.
I might not stop the show.
Rory pretty much accusing this nigga of like cutting them out of books, or at least as far as what they should be owed. That's what he feels. And with that being said, the reaction that Joe had, that's the reaction that I'm gonna have towards you if you're supposed to be my mans and you accuse me of stealing from you.
Especially for some shit that we started doing for free.
Nigga, and I'm overpaying you.
Right. On my shit.
You a B Mike, nigga. You a B Mike. Marla C Mike. Y'all getting paid like A Mikes. And you want to tell me that I'm stealing from you? Look, nigga, we got to step outside at that point. I don't give a fuck how you feel. You're not gonna like, nigga, what? I'm the one bringing the bags and I'm giving them to you. With you, all you have to do, nigga, is do what you've been doing, which is come in here twice a week and fucking record.
With that being said, I did feel a way when Joe said, and I felt a way maybe because I'm a Scorpio, I read energy a little bit differently. I felt a way maybe because the tone he said it, but it was the right tone. Wait. It was the right tone to say it in, just not the right platform. The nigga said, if I bring the bag, I eat different. You bring the bag, you eat different. It's still my shit, but I'll take less if you can bring it. Like,
that's fine.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. If you went out and found us a $10 million deal, I'm not gonna be mad you keep one more than me. Fuck it. I still got mine.
Finder's fee, nigga. We was doing this shit for free.
Right.
Doing this shit for free. Finder's fee.
Right.
But my nigga, it's like, if I'm like, look, I don't know what Maul do.
Nobody does. Niggas Tommy Martin. I did find out Maul got the hands though. Did you see that video of him trending on Twitter from Walmart?
No.
Maul got the hands for real. Maul fucking, like, he wrecked the nigga in Walmart and then dipped out, dog. the video just starts off, he like, what's up, nigga? You can barely tell it's him. But then he 1-2, nigga, backed up, one, nigga, dropped the nigga, ran up on him, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nigga, bitch tried to run up the nigga, one, and got up, pulled his pants up, and ran out the store. I was like, damn, this nigga walking fight.
Hands, though.
This nigga can fight for real.
Still, you can add all the hands in the world, nigga. I don't know what Maul do, but hell, if Maul is figuring out, if he claimed he can get a bag anywhere in the world, that's fucking fine. That's cool. I feel like
Rory get another bag.
Rory fucked up his bag because I felt like
Maul to be straight, nigga.
His majority of his bag came from prior to podcasting and shit was from Duce. But now we in a COVID pandemic and shit. So it's like, nigga, you ain't having day parties and shit across the fucking nation and shit like you was. So until that shit pop back up, nigga, you ain't getting a Duce bag, nigga. You got to pretty much depend on the podcast bag and whatever other bags that you have lined up or that you are lining up for yourself. Now, if your next biggest bag after the Duce bag is the pod bag, which we all assume may be.
I would assume that the podcast was the biggest bag.
He was banking out between him and his niggas with the Duce shit, though.
At first.
That shit became more of a thing once the podcast started going on. The more popular the podcast came, the more Duce was popular. So it kind of worked for each other.
Yeah. They're probably neck and neck at that point in time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But now you're like, all right, I'm going to say fuck the podcast bag. Because I feel like Joe is stealing from me. And I was like, all right, now you ain't got that bag. You ain't got the Duce bag until whenever you can get the Duce bag again. What you gonna do now, nigga?
Emotional.
Joe gonna eat. He's still eating, nigga. He got an executive job over there at Patreon, nigga. He could. He eating. He gonna be okay.
The Patreon.
He gonna be okay. Or y'all niggas gonna be okay? It's the problem.
Cause you know what he gonna do? He gonna go back and get Ice and Ish, if not two other of his friends, and they'll probably let Ice and Ish start a podcast, some shit, just to help out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at this point,
I have seen rumblings on Twitter and on the internet that there might be a reuniting in the works between Joseph and Academics. Now, if that does happen, I'm not watching, period, because I don't fuck with Academics.
That was something that Joe brought up that Rory was in the Patreon episode. That was something that he brought up that Rory was upset about. I guess some of that beef with Ack was also a part of Joe saying, I guess either on the podcast or off the podcast, that he would work with Academics or some shit. Like in the future, he wouldn't be against working with Academics. And I guess because Rory got beef with him, he was like, fuck you talking about? And I guess Joe was talking about he had overheard him say some shit on a podcast when he was re-looking at it, where he was like, I guess Maul said to that same effect, like, what did he say? He said well, you knew he was like that. You knew he'd do that, which made Joe go like, so y'all niggas been talking about if I'm a bitch ass nigga already, huh? Like it just looked messy. And then you get to the point, you got to sit through the whole, I sat through like the first, it's like a 3 hour podcast. I sat through like the first 2 hours and 10 minutes before I got tired of it. And it was just, it was doing too much, but I guess necessary. I don't know if it was, that's the real question people should be asking. Was that necessary?
Yes.
In the sense of airing your niggas out in front of millions of people, it trending across the world. You didn't lose maybe a close friend, but a friend. I don't know. For me, somebody I've been friends with 4 or 5 years, 6 years, that's not a close friend. That's a friend. That's not a close friend. A close friend for me is 10 or more. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been through some shit together. Like, because at that point, I probably consider you family too. So I don't know, man. It's just,
look, fam.
Like I said, I wouldn't do that to you. But then we have a different dynamic on this show. But how many other shows go through this? How many podcasts die every week because of that type of shit? It ain't even gotta be stealing. It could just be feelings. Just flat out, just I feel like.
A lot of people have a lot of stupid feelings about, and it just be momentary feelings. Sometimes it just be it just like
shit you can talk about at the very least.
Yeah, but you overanalyze it, you make it more than what it is, and then you find yourself into a fuckload of trouble and unnecessaries that now is gone public. But I feel like this is the reason why I feel like Joe Budden properly aired it out the way he should have. Now the way that now the perception of it, now does it look nuts? Yeah.
But definitely. Definitely.
Motherfuckers need to understand this right now. Me and you, for example, we are in the business of doing what? Talking.
Yeah.
It is what we do. This is what our listeners, you that are viewing us, are watching us and listening to us to hear us do. Talk and do what we do the best. Now, in certain situations where it may come about when Joe Budden shit, where it's like, all right, now there was a problem. I said my piece. I'm not going to speak for nobody else. They come in, they speak their piece. They not going to speak for nobody else. They discuss it together. And then the next episode, motherfuckers aren't there. You owe the people a motherfucking, like your listeners, your fan base, an explanation. Facts. Now,
which they did that step. They covered their bases on that, but they still just didn't talk. They should have had that conversation when Joe started going with the so what. They should have had the conversation. Stop trying to be the nigga. We on the pod though, so let's not do that on the pod. Stop it, because then that episode on Patreon doesn't exist. He doesn't feel like he has to do that. If when he says so what, y'all just say, all right, this shit, let's throw it all out on the table, then nigga, let's talk about it. And shit, if you got a podcast that big, that conversation is entertaining than anything that happened that week. More entertaining than anything that happened that week.
Yeah, but me and you discussed it off air. Nigga, between me, you and I, if you accuse me of stealing,
we got to scrap.
We either got to scrap or we shooting, nigga, one of the two. Like, you, like with somebody that I fuck with, nigga, you was in my wedding, bro. Like, it's not going to be no just like, oh, nah, nigga. Like, I'm just gonna take, like, he just feel like I'm stealing from him, man. Fuck that nigga. No, I ain't gonna be that. Like, it's not gonna be that.
Put it like this. It would take a lot more.
If I'm Joe, no matter how much I feel like I would want to sustain my relationship with Rory and make sure that everything's Gucci, you not gonna accuse me of doing some shit to you that I haven't done nothing more but been more generous to you because you feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
Nigga, I bring the shits to the table and you feel like you should be able to dictate the way that I move.
Bro, calling somebody.
I protect myself through the business decisions. Who in the fraudulent Irish fuck are you?
Calling somebody. Fuck if you Joseph. If you nigga run a business, calling somebody and asking them to open up their books is violation number one, because you already trying to tell me something without telling me. Violation number two is making me fight with a lawyer that is really on the side of both of you niggas. And I don't even know. I'm thinking it's just you. And me and you got silent beef. Bro, we ain't even homies. We not homies before we even get to court at that point.
No. You send your homie to court, nigga, y'all not homies no more. You are in serious breach and violation of homie code.
Facts.
Like, nigga, facts. Like, straight up, you breach in violation of homie code. Because now you done involved outsiders, which is the man, into honey situations. The man
does you done let social media into this shit, bro. That's even worse.
Fuck with social. First off, today, my millennials believe too much in the gravity in social media. First off, half the time, look, nigga, you think I don't tweet a lot now? I'm gonna tweet way less when we get some bread. You know why? Because half the times I'm gonna feel like, you know what? I feel like I love my fans. I love my fans. I love the people that love us. But if you don't love us, there might just be a couple. Yep, woke up feeling like fuck you haters today. You know what I'm saying?
people listening, tell him that's not how that works. And if he does think that's how it works, make sure you constantly tweet him so his phone just never stops blowing up.
Got them
so he can get irritated like a motherfucker.
No, got them notifications turned off, nigga.
Yeah, all right, we'll find a way.
Nigga, where your album at? Shut up. Like, but
Bitch,
anyway,
fuck you.
You know what? If I should sue you for your album, nigga, and make sure that it comes out so you can get mad to see if that inspires you.
That would be crazy as hell, bro. That's also a good skit, but that would be. I like that.
Actually, I'm thinking about doing it. I'm gonna sue you for your album so I can release it, nigga. I might just Wu-Tang you, nigga. And it's like just move a couple packs, nigga, and just come at you with a couple grand. Be like, look, nigga, what you got? Give it to me. I'll wrap this bitch up and send it out to the world.
No, nigga, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. I've wasted and invested too much time to let that happen to myself.
It's okay, nigga. Like I'm look, fam. It's gonna be reasonable busy, nigga. It's gonna go triple.
Yeah, 30 years later, that doesn't help me right now, nigga.
Look,
I don't need my first album to be a slow burn, nigga.
You gotta appreciate the craft for what it is while it is in the moment.
All right, then why you niggas ain't been pumping LTF?
Cause that shit came out like 15 years ago, nigga.
Fuck
What the fuck
you,
mean?
bitch. Shit ain't come out no 15 years ago.
Niggas was pop locking dropping in it and shit when that album came out. Niggas, the fuck you mean?
What the fuck they wasn't, nigga. That shit came out in 2012, nigga. That shit came out almost 10 years ago.
Niggas in Atlanta that don't got AIDS. And like, were y'all still pop locking dropping it and shit in like 2012? I believe y'all probably would.
We're not gonna talk about AIDS in Georgia right now, okay?
Them numbers look crazy. Pray for them niggas. Like y'all, like real shit. Y'all motherfuckers out here folks saying pray for Haiti and pray for Paris. Nigga, pray for Atlanta.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
One
and if you in Atlanta, nigga,
people got AIDS.
Up.
Like, god damn, nigga.
How 1 in 51 of you niggas is nasty? Not nasty. I guess that's not good to say. But
Bam.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
bam.
No, just think about that. How many gay niggas it has to be that's lying to they bitch about being gay? It's gotta be for it to be 1 in 51. That's like any public place. It's a few people. That's a
common thing in Atlanta, though. Like a lot of motherfuckers be like low keying on they bitch. Like,
yeah, that's where it probably comes. That's the whole gist. That's the whole joke of the shit is that niggas be fucking niggas crazy. And don't be telling they bitches, and then they get a bitch AIDS, and then they bitch leave them, and they give it to another nigga before they know they got it. And then the cycle continues, and then now it's 1 in 51.
Dude, that's crazy. Like, pray for Atlanta. Like, goddamn, nigga, that's a real. Y'all battling AIDS and COVID at the same damn time. I'm sending my prayers to Atlanta
and white folks. Saying? If you black, you in Georgia, nigga.
I'm not praying for white folks in Georgia, but
no, I'm saying black people got to worry about white folks too. If you black in Georgia,
nigga.
It's also that thing, nigga.
Nigga, first off, nigga, the South going nuts, nigga. The South is going crazy. You know what? They might as well just have a whole flag to say that we don't fuck with niggas. Like, fuck the Confederate flag. Just the hashtag.
Let's be clear about it.
Right. Just a completely white flag with red letters on it that says hashtag we don't fuck with niggas.
And then up under that, you put you know.
Like straight up at this point, because now this shit look crazy because it's like Mississippi, you feel me? Everyone knows how much the one and only Jose Ortega, aka the Petro known, loves his Petro. Now in Mississippi,
the gas shortage, you bitches.
Nigga, not up here. Nigga got the 93.
I mean, yeah, but nigga,
but I remember,
cyber attacks are
I'm gonna set some precedent. Matter of fact, I think I need to make this a segment. This is story time with Ortega real fast.
Hey, just like story time with Busy.
So a couple years ago, when it was on the ballot in Michigan to make medical marijuana go from medical to recreational, I was one of those first niggas in line and be like, yo, telling all the niggas that I knew that didn't have no felonies and could vote, look, nigga, I know it's not a presidential vote happening this year, but look, nigga, go vote. We can get weed, and we ain't gonna get arrested for it. Take your motherfucking ass. You smoke weed? Go vote for weed.
Nigga. Yeah.
Go vote for weed. If there's a couple motherfuckers, maybe like half dozen, where I know it's their first time voting, which was for the approval of marijuana in Michigan. I felt great in that moment.
You felt like you did your American duty.
You know why I felt great? I doubled down on the greatness. Because the place where I have to vote now in this terrible wasteland of countryness.
That is.
It's at a very white church.
Me too.
Very white. When I mean like very white, we talking about Caucanese.
Yeah, me too. That's
so Caucanese. Now let's no, I gotta explain it for the viewers. So Caucanese that when Trump was running against Hillary in 2016, this white man legit tried to convince me to not vote.
Like at all?
Yes, because when I motherfucking moved up here, which was that year, when I renewed my license and changed up my address and shit, it was after the fucking the deadline to be able to vote at the place like up here.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go back into the city to go vote. So when I was like when I went up there, showed him my ID and everything like that, he was like, "Oh no, like you actually supposed to be at the church on Oakland in Detroit. That's where you're supposed to vote." And I was like, "Damn, I have to drive all the way down an hour into the city to go vote today? That's fucked up." And he was like, "Yeah, or you can, not vote." And I was like, and this is when you use
really?
this is when you utilize,
I didn't know I had that option.
This is when you utilize your motherfucking your minority privilege. You look this white man in the face like I did, and I was like, nope, I'll just go back home, take a nap. It ain't gonna be shit to drive an hour. And I walked my ass out there and was like, yep, it's not happening this time. Like no, I'm gonna use my fucking right. But
that was him saying, I mean, I know who you're voting for. I mean, maybe. And
I looked at him and was like, Black Lives Matter, kiss my ass, fuck your wall, I'll make that drive.
Oh my God.
So I made the drive, needless to say. But moving over into the vote where it came down to medical marijuana, recreational marijuana, was at the same exact white church. Saw the same white man in my face. Looked that nigga straight in the face and was like, I'm good this year. Which was the following year, 2017. I was like, I'm good this year, fam. I already knew. He remembered who I was, and I remember who he was. Walked my ass in there, voted, got everything proved. Long story short, in Michigan now, recreational and medicinal marijuana is now legal, decriminalized on all levels. Now, Mississippi went through this same exact shit last November. Shit was on the bill. They was like, we gonna motherfucking get our weed because everybody coming out here and we gonna go and get this shit. We talking about 70% of motherfuckers that voted on the shit was like, yeah, give us our trees.
And marijuana.
And we not even say recreational trees. We saying like, give us our medicinal trees.
Oh, so this wasn't even for recreational.
No, this is for medicinal, my nigga.
Wow. Okay.
So this shit goes to now. This was the thing when it happened here in Michigan. It was like it got voted in November, but there really wasn't no recreational. We was just unprepared. I don't think that we thought that the government people thought that, oh yeah, it's gonna actually go through. So there wasn't out the gate recreational motherfuckers. I mean, dispensaries is going hand the way they was. You know what I'm saying?
They were, but they got shut down very quickly. They were.
No regulations, no legalities, and all that type of shit.
I remember those dispensaries.
But really, what it did out the gate was, at a certain point in time, early in the following year, was it made the street pharmacists move way better. You know what I'm saying? The street pharmacists benefited from it. Now, with this shit, they said, Nah, nigga, this shit went to the Mississippi Supreme Court and was like, nope, we not doing this. We know you voted for it, but no. My
What was
problem
the
with that.
ruling in the Supreme Court? Like, what was it? Like, what number to what number? Was it like unanimous?
On the vote for the yeah, it was pretty much like nigga no. Like
That
across the board.
right there.
Yeah,
okay.
like nigga no. Because all the work, because I was reading from the activists, because I respect the activists that always go to these states and shit and trying to get marijuana, the Lord's green goddess approved and legalized and shit within these states. I really fuck with these people. And they go through all this shit in the fucking world to just try and get the shit on the bill as an option for people to be like, we're not even saying like, yo,
we
give everybody weed.
Yeah,
you know
we just saying if you need it.
We letting the people decide whether they want to have dispensaries in their community, whether they want to decriminalize marijuana. People saying we want recreational marijuana, but you're saying nah. Which is saying pretty much your vote don't fucking matter. We can override this shit and say like, nah, we don't want
always do that. That's why votes. That's why people have the argument in any vote or any election for anything important. At least there's always a state can always overturn the unanimous vote. That's what Trump was trying to make happen. Is a state you vote as one person in your state for the electorate in your state. The electorate in your state picks if your vote fucking mattered or not. That's why if you're Republican, you get mad. If you're Democrat, you get mad if you lose.
Yeah. But my thing is with that type of system in play, you can't tell me that your vote like the voting system isn't flawed before it even
happened. Oh no, I think it should be one person, one vote, flat out. Like any other, like a fucking elementary fucking talent show. It should be one person, one fucking vote. If I vote for fucking Trump, that's one vote for Trump. If I vote for Hillary, that's one vote for Hillary. If I vote for...
we know you didn't.
Nigga, please. I almost got cussed out because I wanted to vote for Bernie instead of Hillary. My girl at the time was like, nigga, the white woman. I'm like, all right, bet.
Still like, look, my nigga, I'm still team Bernie, my nigga. I'm still team
I
Bernie.
was too, but then I was like, all right, as long as it's not him, it's cool. As long as it's not Trump, it was cool. But and then I figured, okay, Bernie will run again, and then they
Bernie merch again. Bernie merch is coming this year, my nigga. I'm a GXF artist, Bernie shit. Bro. Like I'm a GXF artist.
Bro, all we need to do is just stick to Bernie news and predict whatever the wave might be and or create the wave. If Bernie say some fly shit, we throw that shit on a t-shirt. Fuck you.
Nigga, look, fam, Bernie sat up in there, bitch, cold as hell outside on a chair that looked completely uncomfortable, nigga, with a mask on. Nigga, shout out to Bernie.
Looking like everybody granddad bored as shit.
Shout out to Bernie. Shout out to Bernie. And he was mad too, because you already did this nigga dirty like 1,000 times.
Dog. Like this the second time I'm sitting in the same seat when I should be at the fucking podium. Fuck y'all.
Oh, you know he mad. You know he mad, bruh.
But I'ma sit here with my mittens. Fuck y'all.
I can't wait till the motherfucking 30 for 30 on motherfucking Bernie Sanders.
That's gonna be fire. God. That's gonna be fire.
That's fire.
Nigga, you gonna have Martin Luther King in that bitch, bro. That shit gonna be fire.
Fire. That's the real shit. That's the last dance of all fucking political fucking documentaries, nigga. They get
his and Bill Clinton's. I found out out today there's this lady out here running around. I wandered off into MAGA Twitter earlier today and fuck around and stumbled on this old white lady's page. Yeah, I gotta check on what they're doing every now and again.
Oh, of course you do.
Stumbled upon this old white lady's page, and this bitch was promoting the book. It was wild, dog. The title of the book is fucking crazy. The pin to the profile, title of the book says something about like stop, don't touch me there, or like stop or I'll have your ass or something. And then the subtitle to that is the day Bill Clinton tried to rape me. Like, what, bro? Bro, it was wild.
Look, look, fam.
I hate I even misquoted that, bro, because the actual title is so much better.
Bro, look, fam. Look.
I gotta fucking try to find this.
Why are niggas trying to burn? How you gonna try and burn Bill Clinton after all these years, nigga? He just trying to play the sax and make up to Hillary and shit. Cause you know this, he's still trying to talk Hillary off the ledge from going ham from fucking like 5 years ago at this point, nigga. Cause she's still mad. She's still mad. You know she mad.
Juanita Broderick. Look this up, folks. It's very funny.
Juanita Besdrick?
Fuck you. Juanita Broderick. And she looks like a knockoff Paula Deen for real. Motherfucking, it's called You Better Put Some Ice on That. How I Survived Being Raped by Bill Clinton. Juanita's story.
This ain't no story, bro. That ain't no story, bro.
I'm like, bro, what?
That ain't no story, bro. First off, I'm mad. I'm mad at anybody who sent such individual to do a journalistic story on such a woman. Look, nigga, I remember when during the pandemic, when it first started, when niggas was really under quarantine, like countrywide, I witnessed ESPN commentator who does not commentate stupid things, commentate a whole tomahawk throwing championship. This nigga did not look quite impressed with his job or life in that moment.
No, he didn't.
It is a shame
exactly what you're talking
that
about.
someone sent such poor individual into a story to recant such information from such a person. Because it was a waste of such person's motherfucking time.
I have reason to believe that this has been independently funded. Don't tell me what gives me that impression other than the fact it's her name first on the book and at the end of the fucking book. But I feel like she kind of wrote, published, and did this whole thing herself. And then it got some traction because the title is fucking crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
But moving on.
But motherfuckers really believe that like Hillary Clinton had a whole motherfucking sex ring ran under a pizzeria and shit in Washington, D.C. So
and don't forget, she eats babies and drinks their blood. That too. Never forget about the eating babies. It's a very important part of the sacrificial process, apparently.
I really want our overseas listeners to observe and really listen to how we talk about the other people that vote within these elections. If there's some type of comparison, please let us know within y'all lands. Please let us know. If we are the only ones that have the sensible comparison, the sensible voter and the far fucking overboard voter and shit, where it's just like stupid on some crazy shit, let us know. Let us know we're not the only ones, B. For real.
You do know, technically, though, even here, we're technically moderate. Me and you on any given day aren't necessarily super liberal or super conservative. We kind of nigga, tell me about what it is, and then I'll tell you how I feel about it. It's not, I feel like this because the fucking earth, or I feel like this because fucking taxes. Go fuck yourself.
I'm a humanitarian. The way I feel about it is I vote based on this, or I make my political decision based on this. However, the motherfucker who's a candidate for voting, for said position, if they have policies or a plan to actively help the majority of whatever or whomever they're governing over. Like, if you're a politician, but your plans in any way with president, governor, or whatever, are more or less towards like the 4 to 6% of people who really are rich, me and you not going to agree politically. Because, nigga, that 4 to 6% don't feed everybody in the fucking country.
When they could.
They could, but it's like, it's not how the shit goes down. So it's like, I'm more in support of the common man, the common person who's not making that, who can have the opportunity to become that if you grant that opportunity.
I got a problem.
I'm on the side of granted opportunity.
I guess this is where people get my shit misconstrued.
But I'm also a socialist, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could be both to some degree, but
sorry, white listeners, because you heard that word. I know it made you uncomfortable. I know it made you motherfuckers like, oh my God,
but
I'm listening to a communist.
Now, see, I would consider myself a democratic socialist, but there are a lot of people that would hear that and be like, you're out of your fucking mind. That doesn't even fucking exist. But then when I explain to you that I like capitalism and I like being in a democracy, and I also understand at the same time that capitalism can and has gone too fucking far and probably should be capped at a certain point. What point is the question? But you know what I mean? Yeah,
my deal
like that's
is
my thing. Like, so it's like I'm
this.
never really too. I sound Republican sometimes, but I also sound super liberal sometimes. Like
93% of the time.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying. Like my whole shit is this. I care about like I'm a broad picture motherfucker.
Broad you gotta be to be a fucking socialist.
I'm a broad, but I'm a, like that's why I realized like over so much time that I was a socialist before I started voting. And I realized what the difference, because I was under the assumption, because of what school teaches you, that socialism is communism.
Right. And Hitler.
It's
and
not.
Yeah.
They are not the same things, bro. They are not close to the same thing. But that's what I was like originally thought to be the ideal.
But think about it.
My whole feeling towards shit is this. We all share the same planet, bro. I don't give a fuck. If you're a human being on Earth, nigga, you share the same planet as me. So we should care about the same planet and we should care about each other. If we don't care about each other in the interest of each other and of the interest of this planet, we will destroy everything that comes after us. Yes, we will love today. Nigga, cool. That's fine. I have a daughter. I want her to be able to have kids and live and shit, and they little kids be able to run on Earth and shit and not have to live like Wally. God damn it.
Okay, keep going.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want the ability for every fucking human. Like, look, I think it's fucked up in America that it is that certain people are behind the fucking 8-ball, minority or classism involved, to where you're so far behind the 8-ball that you have to fight to get to a certain point. Whereas, like, nigga, if you really put in for you, nigga, if I pay taxes, my ability to motherfucking be in the same position as Bill Gates should be just as likely as that fucking suburban kid that's getting C minuses that's gonna get into fucking Stanford.
And pause. You're right. You're right. You are right. But pause that point right there.
Word to Fred Hampton. God damn it. Fuck.
I have to ask you this question, sir. Do you like nice things? Do you want your kids to have nice things? Do you want to continue to have nicer things? Yes or no?
You know what? I'm gonna answer that question like this.
You don't even know where I'm going.
No, I'm gonna answer this question like this though. I will be completely okay, or would be completely okay, with not having very, very nice things, or having the fucking 17 Lambos that I'm gonna buy when I get the bread and all that shit. If the quality of life was equal to, it was an equal amount of comfort towards everybody. Like I realized this shit talking to some of my coworkers.
We're way past that point, bro.
Oh, look here, fam. Like, I don't know, but let me hear you out. I realized some shit. I realized because one of my coworkers is a white junkie. Well, used to be a white junkie, but if you were a junkie, like in my opinion, like nigga, I used to deal dope. I look at you, if you were a junkie, you a junkie forever, nigga. I'm sorry, nigga. That's just the way I look at it. Hand to hands, 50, nigga. 50. Look, fam. If you suck the dick for some heroin at one point in time in your life,
but that's nigga, not every junkie. Now, calm down.
look, nigga, if you suck the dick for some heroin at one point in time in your life, nigga, all I gotta do is catch your dumb ass at the very wrong point in life where you feeling very sick and very terrible that day. And all I gotta do is tell you if I'm hustling that dog food, You know, I got what you need to make you feel better.
I thought you was gonna say you could get your dick sucked.
If I'm a sick motherfucker that's gonna get my dick sucked by a heroin addict, you know what I'm saying, so they can be a fucking terrible person, then yeah. But anyway,
did you know that that's like its own thing on Pornhub? I stumbled across that fucking wormhole too. Crackheads giving drug dealers blowjobs, bro.
Oh yeah,
and heroin addicts and shit.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Mad videos apparently of them like very degradingly recording a very either elderly or middle-aged person in a very bad situation.
Have you not seen? Oh my god! Matter of fact, we're gonna talk depressing. About this shit. We're gonna talk about this shit now. Have you seen Crack Whore Confessions?
Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't watched it in a while, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
I subscribed to the website for like 3 months because I was so into the stories.
The stories be wild, bro.
Nigga, it was one of those like, look, nigga, I'm really subscribing to this shit because these stories is nuts. Like, it's a real legit shit. There's some shit that's making some of my books and going into some scripts because of ideas from that show. Well, from those fucking pornos.
These stories are public domain,
nigga. Those shits was nuts. Like, those were them joints where it's like, it's not making you hard, but you look at shit like, wow.
Yeah, you're into the story. Like,
wow. Bitch, you did what? and then it goes into a dick sucking into it, and then a fucking, and it's like the bitch is like thrown out there on the street like she just came from, and it's like, wow.
Some of the most degrading shit, like, dog, you know,
some of these bitches have really fucking determined they whole shit based on like, yeah, I'm about to do this shit just for a couple rocks or some meth, and that's like, damn, struggle real, fam. That shit's crazy. It's just great. Them some great ass stories though. Them great stories.
I just couldn't imagine being down that bad, bro. Couldn't imagine letting myself be down that bad, and I've been down bad before. Never that bad. Never that bad.
Yeah, but my coworker actually believes in some type of way that, like, he, who is a junkie, in my opinion, because I dealt with drugs before,
allegedly,
is one of those people who believes that he knows things that are going on politically that are correct, but he's one of those
Republican, a new Republican.
But he thinks that socialism and communism are the exact same thing.
So he equates like Cuba to Hitler.
Yeah.
Okay. I already know where you're going with this. Okay.
it's one of them, nigga. And like I said, like, I apologize to some of our white listeners who may fuck with the show that don't know the difference between socialism and communism. Look it up. Or know that we
feel this way.
Yeah. I'm not gonna look it up for you and read off the whole shit, but look it up. That's a whole different story.
Google.
I told this motherfucker, I was like, yeah, I'm a socialist. Like, I'm in capitalism because I know capitalism in America is what it takes to survive. But I feel socialistically. That nigga looked at me like I was the devil, and I kind of smirked when I seen him. I was like, huh. You're an idiot.
You don't get it. Yeah.
You don't get it, like, you're an idiot. But this is the same type of white person who is unaware that he is under the white niggerdom umbrella. Yeah, like, he is completely oblivious to such a thing.
Did he hit you with the, well, how would you feel if your taxes were, and would you like working for, and would you like this, not having a choice? And nigga, that is an example of bad versions of it playing out.
Yeah, but
and yes, every time it's been tried, it's failed horribly.
People that don't read the whole fucking. He's one of those people that would, if you gave him a fucking contract in front of their face and all you seen was $1 million, that's what they signed for. They're not reading the rest of the fucking contract. So when they hear certain things, it's like, oh, I'm voting for Trump because he's gonna take he's gonna like take all of our tax money. Because Hillary would take all of our tax money and woo. It's like,
people like him aren't voting for him for that reason though. They're voting for him because he says things politicians don't say, quote unquote.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's voted for Trump, and I asked him why. Because anybody who's voted for Trump, even a black person that I asked that voted for Trump that I knew that worked.
You know one? Like in person?
Yeah. You know why? And this is the thing I found out.
Thought they were just paid actors.
No, was a lot of like was that some of them like for this nigga specifically because he's my man, so I fuck with him. But he was completely uneducated because the motherfuckers that he was around couldn't vote, so they don't give a fuck about voting. They don't give shit about nothing politically. They can't vote, nigga. They felons. You know what I'm saying? They can't vote.
Right.
The motherfuckers like to the left, you know what I'm saying, to the other side of him that he worked with was Republicans. So so he hearing some shit just from a certain side. He can utilize his right to vote, so he does. And he looks at it like, oh shit, nigga, I'm not trying to get fucking raped for my taxes and shit and woo, all this shit that the Caucanese believe. And I had to tell this nigga, like, no, nigga, you do know if you make over this certain amount of money, that's
doesn't affect you.
Yeah, like that's the class. I'm like, there's certain classes to this shit, my nigga. You got to read the whole shit. And he was like, word? And I'm like, yes, nigga. I'm like, this shit's not a fucking but it's like he was uneducated to it. The white person that I'm talking about in this in the instance, his response was, dude, wouldn't it be fucking hilarious with him in political office? Quote unquote.
That's why I said he's one of those people that voted for him because he says the things other people won't. Yeah. He's one of those guys.
Because like in my head, I'm just like, nigga, real shit. If there's a motherfucker that's a real hard ass about getting shit done in a real mannerful way that affects everybody positively, I'm taking the hard ass. I'm not taking the motherfucker that's just making jokes and just trying to make everybody laugh or whatever the fuck. This is not a fucking joking job, nigga. This is not a comedy special.
Until
like you got a job to do, god damn it.
But it isn't until it is. And then when you get a lot of popularity from basically making all of your fucking rallies, stand-up specials and concerts. Yeah. Nigga, I've heard white people say that Trump rallies, like Trump supporters, I've heard them say, not white people, I'm sorry. I've heard Trump supporters say, like, we talking about old school white motherfucker, like, nigga, they'll go see the Rolling Stones type shit. Like, they love them. Say that shit. The rally was better than any concert they ever been to. Fuck the Stones. Fuck any other fucking band from the 60s, 70s, and 80s you can think of. Fuck them. The Trump rally was better. Best shit they ever seen.
That goes to a theory that I feel like only 17% of human beings actually listen to actually what's musically being put out. But yeah, when I mean
listen. Yeah,
listen. I have a theory like 17%.
That's a podcast for another day. But I don't think you're far off. Put it like that. I don't think you're far off at all.
I had an argument with a motherfucker who was like telling me, like, well, actually the same Caucanese motherfucker who was trying to tell me that because I hate the sound of bluegrass, it sounds like fucking horseshit to me. It is one of the worst genres of music known to man.
I like some. Certain artists. I can't name an artist. I can't name one, and I can't name a song. But
that shit.
Alexa, no.
Oh my god!
Alexa, stop!
What the fuck is this?
Alexa, stop
your robo bitch!
Just playing Drake for no. I don't. I must have said something that alerted her. I don't know. I forgot what the fuck I was. Thanks, Alexa. No, I don't want you. Don't turn on again.
I'm about to say, like, you gonna turn on your robo bitch, nigga. You better watch your mouth.
Turn off. Sure. My bad. What was I even saying? Damn, man, that shit threw me off.
Motherfuckers voting for Trump and why?
I forgot where the fuck I was trying to go.
Oh, well, wherever you were going with it, but yeah.
Thanks, Jeff Bezos.
Like that shit. Like, nah, I'm good on the thought process of that. On some, like, nigga, you can feel like way you want to feel, but when you're just one of those people that listens to bluegrass and the arrangement between that and shit is cool. But
that's what I was trying to say.
His insult to retort to what I was saying was that I got upset because that shit like really fucks with my mood if I hear too many songs in a row of bluegrass. Like I actually get mad.
That's what I was gonna say.
Fucks my zen.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I can't name an artist, can't name a song, but I know I've heard good records that were considered that genre. That's where I was going with that for whatever reason I was going there with it. But that was what I was getting to, I remember.
No, that shit irritated me, and I was just like I stopped the whole music. Like I unplugged his fucking aux cord from his phone because I was just like, no, I'm not like
no more,
because it was like mad black, like it was blasting like mad loud, nigga. And I have the Power Beats 3 Beats by Dre's, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Now I tell you, that's one of the greatest investments I've made in any point in time in my life. Because nigga, when I put them goddamn earbuds in, I can't hear shit outside them hoes other than the music. So when I can hear bluegrass blasting over this, it's loud.
It's loud. Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh no, like how can you fucking listen to this? And he was like, I like actual natural music. Like I like hearing
natural music.
And I was like,
what does that even mean?
So I was like, so you skip. So I'm like, so you skip rock. So you skip country. So you skip motherfucking jazz. You skip like fucking fucking salsa. You skip merengue. You skip so many shits to arrive to this. And then,
okay, but it's not like a lot of people really like listen to music like that. Most motherfuckers listen to what they grow up listening to. If you grow up listening to bluegrass, yeah, you gonna listen to like Bob Dylan and shit, nigga. Yeah, is Bob Dylan even bluegrass? I don't know. Yeah, he got bluegrass songs. He's rock, but he got bluegrass songs.
But he's not a bluegrass artist. We talking about bluegrass.
Well, maybe those are some of the bluegrass songs I like that aren't from bluegrass artists.
Like I'm talking about like bluegrass like songs, nigga. That is the worst foul sounding music on earth to me.
Now you know what I don't like? Folk music.
I agree. But my argument was, I was like, because he was trying to say like I like natural music and like in comparison to me, and I was like, nigga, I can actually play an instrument. I've been on stage playing an instrument. I was in a metal band. I respect the instrument. The arrangement of this sounds like shit. You know this. I know this. The Grammys knows this. You know why the Grammys know how I know the Grammys know this? Because it's not fucking televised. Like, that's why, nigga. I mean, so therefore, my whole point was, I was like, no, you don't understand the difference between music arrangement. The way shit is layered, stacked, the way it brings together a soulful vibe, a melody mixed with whatever.
It's the way it plays out for those.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't understand that. I was
start
like,
to finish the way it plays out.
And it was a cocky ass, and I hate being a music snob person. Like, it was the cocky ass. You can't tell me shit about music. You like bluegrass, and you don't like Rick James. Suck my dick. Like no, you don't know shit about music.
We can't have that. You cannot like Rick James. You cannot like Rick James, but you can't like bluegrass and then not like no.
It is Rick James,
bitch.
Like I was appalled when they turned off some Rick James on purpose.
What song was
it? Super Freak. I was singing it. Like I was finishing up my last piece at work, and then like
how you know you work around rednecks for real.
Nigga, my headphones died, and it was like the last 20 minutes. So I'm just like, all right, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm just finish this bitch up and we gone. And it's a very freaky girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, rolling in my shit. You know, I'm in my whole vibe. Finish the whole bitch up. It's good. In like the last 40 seconds of the song going off, and I see one of the white individuals rush to the back to change the song, and something like, and this music stopped. And the Caucanese individual was like, "Thank God," and I was like, "You don't like Rick James?" And he was like, "You actually heard that?" I'm like, "Yes, I can hear what the fuck you're saying. You don't like Rick James?" You can't. I don't even think I can.
Fuck music. I don't even think I can have a conversation with a motherfucker that hears Rick James. Even if you don't, even if you don't know Rick James, even if you don't know him, even if you don't know the music, my nigga, if you hear it and then you say, "Nah," we probably have nothing in common, sir. We probably have zero in common.
Conway said, like, nigga, if you never sold a key, nigga, we ain't got nothing in common. If you don't fuck with Rick James, nigga, we ain't got nothing in common.
Yeah, you can add that to the list too.
Yeah, we not the same. Like, we not the same at all, nigga. You got to put some respect on Rick James' name. Like, period.
Yo, word to how good we are.
I cannot wait till that motherfucking movie come out that West Side is involved in with Rick James and shit. They got the fucking deal for the biopic for that shit.
What is that? I never heard nothing about that. What is that?
Yeah, nigga, because Rick James from Buffalo.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, they got.
What does he have to do with fucking Griselda and West Side?
They got the approval for the biopic for it.
Oh, wow,
man,
that's dope. That's dope.
Shout out to Griselda,
shout out to
right?
them. Yeah, shout out to them.
Shout out to Griselda.
That's
you know
dope as fuck. Hell yeah, because I just I almost watched Conflicted the other night, low key, because I was sitting up here chilling with my girl and shit. I almost watched that shit because I was sitting. I'm gonna say that for next week because I'm gonna tell you about it. I want you to watch it because you got Amazon Prime. We're gonna say that for next week, but we got another movie. We got another movie review coming very soon. That's not a movie a lot of people know about, but if you got Amazon Prime, you've scrolled past it, if not watched it.
As a matter of fact, I was supposed to watch Without Remorse and shit.
I gotta watch that too.
I had to watch because my sister kept telling me about it and shit, and I think it's weird because she's like over 40 something, and like
that just means Michael B. Jordan make her pussy wet.
That makes me very uncomfortable knowing that that's that nigga that fucking was singing Big Papa and shit in Hardball. Like that. I'm serious, nigga. Like real shit. It's kind of fucked up because it's like I actually want to fight this nigga in one of the Creed movies. Like I would love to be like his the other guy like fighting Michael B. Jordan. I'd get in shape for that. I would really want and there's no beef to him. It's not like I don't fuck with him. It's
about to say, don't put that out there, boy. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that Creed. You don't want that Creed smoke, man.
Smoke.
You don't want that Creed smoke.
I could be Mr. T.
You don't want that Creed smoke, nigga. T. You know you don't. You know you don't.
Yeah. Mr. Tequila.
I'm sponsoring the fight. Fuck putting money on it. I'm sponsoring it. Nigga.
Like I said, I wouldn't want to really fight the nigga because it's like to me, I don't have
no. We getting Triller involved, Snoop doing commentary. We're gonna have Deezus and Mero doing the post-show production, nigga, everything.
We'd have to set that a year out. I would say, we'd have to set that a year out.
You need a year to fight Killmonger, nigga?
Yeah. He didn't train with some of the best trainers and real boxing trainers and shit in the world, nigga, to get in preparation for Creed. He knows some shit that I don't. Nigga, yes, give me a year.
Well, at least you admit it. I gave you the year because you admitted it.
Let me quit my job. Let me go to motherfucking Tijuana and shit and live in a fucking shack for 6 to 8 months, nigga. Yes, I'm gonna come back the greatest fighter on earth. But it's not nah. Out the gate, you just gotta motherfucking work out and shit and get in that bitch. No, I already know that nigga.
I give you the year because you admitted it.
That nigga to train with motherfucking he didn't train with niggas I haven't trained with. That's why I'm gonna put it like that. He got the A class shit. I got the D class shit in comparison to him. So you got to give me some time. I'm gonna keep that a bit.
So I gotta knock the rust off these old boys.
But I would want to be a competitor against him. You know what I'm saying and shit. But it's nigga, this nigga is Wallace from motherfucking The Wire. Your Bodie shot him.
I mean,
then Pookie is the one that killed him.
Fun fact about me, never watched The Wire, so I don't know who those characters are.
As much CNN as you watch, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
I sat through the first half of the first season. And I think I sat through the whole first season, and then the second season put me to sleep.
Then you would have seen fucking Wallace get killed because he was killed in the first season.
Well, then I didn't sit through that. Okay, then the first half of the first season put me to sleep. You know what killed me? I remember specifically. You know what killed me?
When did you watch it? How old were you?
I was in my 20s. I want to say I was.
Were you Were you in your most
20,
intoxicated point of your 20s, or you were just in your 20s?
probably most intoxicated point.
Probably watch it now. It register with you different.
Maybe. I might have to give it another chance. Because I got to give The Sopranos another chance. I can't get past first couple episodes of that shit.
This after rewatching The Sopranos, I watched it as a grown, like as it was like airing and shit. So
I didn't
by
do
the
that.
time,
So I got to
yeah,
like I'm watching it new for the first
the
time.
last two seasons were the last two seasons were the ones that I actually had to like stream those and see those for myself. But the other ones that like leading up to the other seasons before that with The Sopranos, I watched all them hoes.
We good?
We good. I can see you.
Okay.
You good? You all right?
No, it popped up and said, I heard it glitching and then it popped up and said internet connection unstable. I'm like, okay. I still hear you, but I'm like, okay, what's going on? But okay.
I would say you didn't freeze or nothing. I saw you looking like you were trying to grab something, but it wasn't there.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, like Sopranos was one of those shows. Like the last two seasons, I had to stream it, but it was like maybe a year afterwards after the last season came out. So I was like, all right, cool. It wasn't too far behind. The Wire, I didn't get hip to it until afterwards. Like it wasn't until I was grown when I seen it. And it was like, oh, this is all right for sure. All right for sure. Because it was like I understood the time period and shit. I feel like if we're one of the very few like our generation of millennials, nigga, is the last niggas that would understand the Wire. Because you see pagers and shit. Like
you will understand the time period.
You see pagers and shit. You see niggas walking around with headbands and fucking and do rags on at the same time. You know what I mean?
Are there a lot of tall tees in there?
Yeah, mad Timberlands that are unlaced and shit, knowing damn well you're gonna have to run from the police probably at some point today. Shit like that.
Damn. Old school New York. Old school East Coast shit.
I was like Wire is Baltimore, but it's like that's a really show.
East Coast, but yeah.
Like you would understand the show more. Like once again, I would say, even to our listeners, if you're going to attempt to watch The Wires on HBO Max, this is not a fucking ad, but if they want to pay us for one,
please do.
Feel free to watch all the seasons of The Wire, which are good.
Except season 2.
No, except season 2. No, it's except season 2. Yeah. Don't watch season 2. It has nothing to do with the rest of the fucking seasons, and it's just boring, it's ass, and it just ends for no fucking reason.
How does it have nothing to do with the rest of the season? You know what?
Because I was about to say, because like the niggas that like the cops win in the season 1. You know what I mean? So it's like a whole set of niggas that are the plot of season 2. But their plot wasn't as dope as the niggas' plot. So it was like, yeah.
The cop shit in season 1 is what put me to sleep. The cops and the teachers and all that. No.
Yeah, that's what you was getting from it, nigga. It was like the street niggas on it and shit was what made
that was the interesting part.
Yeah, like Pookie and Bodie and motherfucking D and and Stringer in them. Like
I didn't even get to know the names. I couldn't make it past the other parts.
Like that's the shit that made it popping, and that's why I'm like
specifically
after the second season and shit, everybody that got arrested in season 1 got out in season 3. So it's like everything comes back to fucking together. So it's like, all right, you make up for that shitty ass season 2. You know what I mean? It's like and everything kind of grows good from there and shit.
I wonder if that's because they were originally trying to make it like individual seasons of their own story and then ended up fucking making it where it was like just tying it back together while they could because they saw that second season wasn't gonna work.
I mean, sometimes it happens like that. Fucking True Detective had a great first season.
I heard they tried to take it another direction, and then it was like, what is this?
No, I think it's one of those shows that works as one of those limited series.
I still haven't watched that shit.
Where you do like the one episode, like one season per, like one story per season.
Mm-hmm.
But that second one, because it was like one of those, this first season was so great, we're going to do a second one the next year. And we're going to actually cut down the amount of episodes. And yeah, like they kind of set up season 2 was a failure because they cut down the episodes and cut down the available content that you had to be able to make and set up for characters and plot and shit. That shit was just ass. It was like one of the worst shows that I've ever seen, like as far as a season, like period.
Damn.
Like it was like really, really bad. But that season 3 with fucking Mahershala Ali was fire. Like
that's the one I heard everybody talking about. That's when I've heard of the show.
That's matter of fact. In
the first one like Matthew McConaughey or something?
Yeah, first one is Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
Right, yeah, you told me that. Yeah, you was the one telling me watch 1 and 3.
Because like one with Mahershala Ali and shit, because they stopped doing it like as quick like the next year shit. And they was like, all right, look, season 2 was a fucking failure. We're gonna take a break, figure out next shit, then we release when we release. That's what season 3 is.
You know, Matthew McConaughey got his own little YouTube page now.
I'm surprised. Doesn't he have a liquor? He's saying he looks like that guy that would have like his own whiskey or something.
He does. He got that too.
Oh, okay.
He got that too.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say he definitely ain't he from like Oklahoma or Texas or some shit?
I want to say Texas.
All right.
But I also feel like I also feel like that's the cliche answer, and it might really be Oklahoma.
Same place.
And Texas is more lit than Oklahoma. As a nigga that's been to Oklahoma before, I've heard better stories. I'm not proud of it, but yeah.
I've been to Texas, so I feel you.
I'm just saying I've heard better stories come out of Texas from Detroit niggas than out of Oklahoma. Nigga.
Yeah, but Texas got Houston, so like, yeah. Yeah.
Yo, word to how good we are at freestyling topics. None of that shit we just talked about was even on the docket. None of that shit.
Steph Curry for 3 from the hash mark, nigga. We covering up time.
We had like 4 things and ran through 5 right there, bitch.
Like, nigga, boss shit, nigga. But I can going back to music and shit because we got some music to talk about anyway. Did you see Remake?
Wait. Before you get to that, the last question, I did have another question for you on the Joe Budden shit. Is it because you said the thing about is it crazy? What was the question I had? It was, is it the principle? Is it the principle of doing it for the business that's right or wrong, or is the principle of not doing your people like that's right or wrong? Because the only problem I really got with the whole shit, not to get back on this topic for real, I just want to answer this question. But the only problem I got with the whole shit is just you shouldn't have did it like that. That was a conversation that could have been had in a group text or on a FaceTime or in person. That would have been like, all right, well then let's go record about the conversation, the heated conversation we just had. Let's just go make an impromptu pod and tell everybody and just say fuck it if we gonna say fuck it. You ain't gotta do all of that.
I feel you. I understand you completely. But I feel like you only have that conversation or you do it the way you do it. Principally, as you're saying, or as you're asking. If you already established to you and the other person, we ain't cool no more after this. If this continues, we not cool. When I feel like when Joe went into saying what he was saying and said what he said, he always left the door open for him and Ma's relationship to continue.
And still has.
Yeah, but he has not continued to let that door be open for Rory.
Yeah, he did. Once he cooled down a little bit, I told you in the podcast, he said at first he was, nigga, you fired, you not welcome back, And then like 40 minutes later, it was like, bitch, if you get your energy right, we can talk about a possible re-entry. But by the time you get to the end of the podcast, you calling me a stupid fuck. I'm looking like, if it's me and I'm Rory, I'm tweeting, yeah, it was the end of an era. Love you guys. Sorry, but nigga, we don't even need to talk, bro. If I get in the same room with you, we might really have to throw hands now. Nigga, no.
I really do feel like, all in all, after everything that I know, that Rory does feel overly entitled.
Seems like it to a degree.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel emotionally in any way that Joe does on a daily basis. So, and like, I am the mellow nigga that really smokes a lot of weed and chills and shit to be mellow. Like, I'm that nigga.
If anything, I'm the nigga in the group that would do that, and I still would never do that. Like,
right.
Like,
so I'm just saying, like, to be that type of spaz, you already have, if I'm Joe, I already had the thought process in my mind of like, nah, really, for real, I don't want you to come back. I don't fuck with you like that. You put me in this position. It's like, fuck it, nigga. It's whatever. Like, I don't care to see you no more. I don't care to talk to you no more. I don't care to make money with you no more. So principally, if I'm saying fuck whoever, for real, no matter which way you flip it, business or principle, it don't matter, nigga, because I don't fuck with you.
I said the principle of business or friendship. Because we are still friends, unless after this, which, like I said, if I'm Rory, we're not. Even if you don't feel that way, we're not.
You brought lawyers and fuck shit. You brought lawyers and fuck shit. You're thinking about having me audited on some shit when I'm having you overpaid when you feel that you're underpaid. You're doing that shit. We not cool no more.
Yeah.
At all, nigga. Like, I might not have wanted to come in with the energy to say fuck you.
Which I don't think he did at first. But then it got to that. Like,
look.
I get the anger.
Joe over 40. What I understand is, and I think you do as well, when you close to 30, you're not trying to be switching out friends and shit like that, nigga. Trying to get people that you trust as long as you know certain people. It's hard to find these days.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not just like switching out motherfuckers. You either trying
to keep the relationships you got and build new ones on top of those, or you trying to get rid of relationships you got and build new ones.
Exactly. So it like, he at that point to where it's like, nigga, if you're not beneficial to what I'm doing and trying to do in life, whether it's to my mental health, my emotional health, and me fiscally, nigga, and you being like this type of shit, nigga, when all I was trying to do was help you, nigga, then fuck you.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
Like, we done gone past the issue of whether this is okay or not to do. No, this shit is just all out not fucking okay. Sorry, nigga. So I'm not mad at the way Joe handled it, because I feel like as a podcaster, he does, he did what he was supposed to do. He entertained while motherfucking getting his shit off and speaking in what the fuck he was going to say. We do the same thing.
I wonder how many Patreon subscribers they got for that after they ripped it off YouTube, because the leak was already out. Because they put for some strange reason that morning I woke up, I was on YouTube as usual, and I saw the episode there, and I said, that looks interesting, because I just saw Joe sitting by himself. I said, that looks interesting. I'm gonna click that, and later fell asleep, woke back up, it was gone. But Joe Budden's trending number 2 on Twitter. I was like, what the fuck happened? And like I said, I was already on Patreon. But anyway, moving on to music.
Yep. Meek Mill could further beef with Rick Ross.
I heard.
Apparently. Oh, okay. What did you hear? What did you hear, Mr. Nirvana shirt?
Not to sound like a gossipy motherfucker, but I heard through the motherfucking streets on social media that Meek Mill wasn't trying to let Rose in the section in the VIP, like on purpose
at his birthday party though.
So only thing I said to myself when I saw the headline, I said to myself, wow, that might be a good podcast topic, but I didn't write it down. I just kept it pushing. And I was like, yo, why would he do that? What would be the reason behind him doing that?
Apparently,
the person that changed your life. Why would you do that to that person?
Apparently, there's disputes over his label deal that he wants out of with MMG.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
So
does the information we have as of now speak to someone's character, or is it just hearsay? Because that's important with the person we're talking about. If we're talking about a dispute, probably about the same shit about some money or something we just got done talking about. Possibly. I know I don't know. I'm just asking.
Look, my nigga.
I fuck with Rose, and believe it or not, I do fuck with Meek, even though I make fun of him all the fucking time. I do like
somebody that owns as many wing stops as Rose. In my opinion, you can't kick out of the VIP. Somebody that has thrown legit big Bufords at bitches at pool parties. I've witnessed it. You can't motherfucking kick that nigga out of motherfucking VIP at your birthday party. Somebody that's really got your ignorant dumbass out of motherfucking Philadelphia and made you the best rapping thing coming out of that motherfucker ever since fucking Beanie Siegel. You can't kick that nigga out of VIP at your birthday party.
But you did. And the question
so with all of
why?
that negative being said, Meek Mill has lost his motherfucking mind. That's all I can really get down to.
It kind of sounds like it, right?
Every now and again, he loses his motherfucking mind, and he does some shit, and it's about every 3 to 4 years or so, where he just loses his shit and he just do some stupid shit. Beef with Drake, got body by a bitch. Got body by a bitch ain't really released a great album in years. An original one, anyway. Everything. And then you try to motherfucking disrespect Mr. Rose, Mr. Wingstop, Mr. Checkers, because they don't call him Rallies wherever the fuck he's from in Carroll City.
Even though we all know Rallies.
Rallies. It is
rallies,
what it
nigga.
is.
It's always gonna be Rallies, nigga. It's Rallies,
shit.
Nigga.
First off, sir, shout out to y'all niggas that really got the boat understand the difference between Hardy's and Carl's Jr. There's not very many of y'all niggas because y'all niggas need to franchise out a little bit more. It's in the bag. But Carl's Jr. is something completely different than Hardy's, nigga. And I mean completely, nigga.
Never been to a Carl's Jr., but I've been to a Hardee's.
The double Western bacon burger, my nigga. Oh.
I think when I went to Hardee's, I was like on a bus on my way to like Maryland. I think I got just some
never
fries
slept so good from the itis from eating fast food until you had the double Western bacon burger, my nigga, from Carl's Jr.
Never been inside of one, nigga.
Matter of fact, the only reason I even know about that burger is shout out and rest in peace to Big Black himself.
Hey.
That's the only reason. That was when I first time
word to the Fun Factory,
I wanted one of those. Because I was like, Big Black was so upset that Rob threw that one away. And I was like that one burger. He was like, nigga, you gonna throw away a double Western bacon burger? What's wrong with you? And I was like, wow, just the way it's a double Western bacon burger, nigga. And yes, it is fire as it sounds. It is.
Yeah, word to Big Black, bro. That was a great TV show for that time period. That was one of MTV's legendary hits, nigga.
Shout out to
Big, my nigga. Come on.
Yeah, shout out to that show also because I feel like that show made a lot of niggas realize who was really their homies. Like who was really like
what you had,
like real shit. At that point in time when that show came out, there was real, like at least amongst niggas that I knew, there was like real fucking like cliques of niggas. So I was like, yo, these are my niggas. Like, I love y'all niggas. Like, we was like niggas who was in certain cliques was like really fucking cool. Like, for real. Like, you had your best friends for real and shit. Niggas wasn't hating as much. Niggas were really looking out for the homies. Until, you know what I'm saying, niggas start fucking each other's girls and shit, and then you know what I mean.
I was gonna say, what time period we talking about? Middle school, nigga? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, nigga, Robin Big came out in 8th grade.
Anyway, so no. You can't compare that to that. I'm talking about just the impact of the show.
Nigga, you had your homies. Nigga.
I mean, I guess that speaks to the impact, but I guess we were at that age where it was like that. But I don't even. My middle school experience was weird, but that's another episode.
That is another episode. That's a solo episode as it is, nigga. Goddamn.
I don't. Yeah, it is. It really is. But I don't know how. I just. Well, I'm not saying I don't know how. I just wonder what was the first thing that went through Rose's head when that happened. First thing went through his mind.
You ungrateful.
No, I think it was wow. Wow. All right.
This is
See you later, nigga.
This is exactly why you don't have those opportunities with Cali. Because you ungrateful.
Nigga. I know.
When you got out of prison, who was the first nigga to show up at your door with Wingstop and Checkers?
This speaks to impressions once again, not to bring up the Joe Budden shit, but nigga, you see how a nigga move, you expect them to move a certain way. They say they move a certain way, you expect them to be that when you see it. Rose, one of them niggas where it's like he's gone out of yeah, like shit like that. He's gone out of his way to show you, hey, I don't do it like the rest of these niggas. Like, I pay my people, bro. He's hold niggas for not paying their people. So kind of strange. Could be a miscommunication. Could be anything. Nigga, we don't know the ins and outs, but
you're not gonna kick me. Like, nigga, if I signed you,
I'm gonna feel away forever.
Imagine J. Cole not like sending Hove away or not letting Hove into
J.
the
Cole
VIP.
Would never. J. Cole would never.
I know, but
J. Cole would never.
Imagine
J. Cole would. Jermaine would never.
Imagine what type of just like all out like nigga. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Jermaine would never.
Exactly.
Nigga,
you
stop
right.
it.
You
Hove
right.
can't do what? Huh? All right.
Look,
see how the next album roll out for you.
Look, nigga.
All right.
There's no reason on earth, in my personal opinion, under any type of circumstance, nigga, why if you don't have a shooting beef or a fighting beef with Rose, that you disallow him into your VIP. Especially when you signed him.
You gotta at least fuck my bitch or something. I gotta have a reason to be mad. Even if it's something as simple as that, it's got to be a good reason to be mad for the night, to be like, I don't even know. I don't want to talk to that nigga. Leave me alone. No, I don't care. I know it's him. No, you can't come. No, it's my section. No. There's got to be a reason. There's got to be a solid reason.
There's certain rappers that I believe when they find more stability in their life, you know what I'm saying? They have kids, they get married or shit like that. And it gets to a point to where motherfuckers is like, they start actually doing better.
Meek Mill
has not been doing one of he's not been doing
one of those people.
He's not been doing no. Just had a new kid, nigga, and then and motherfuckers like, hey, congratulations, Meek Mill. Next thing you know, this. Not a great look.
It seemed like for every one good thing that he does or that happens to him, 3 bad things happen to him or he does.
To himself, purposely.
That's why I say it's either something happens to him or he does something that makes people hate him more. Like, it's weird. I don't know if he's just in that weird pocket because he's probably a weirdo and like to hang out with, maybe. I really think he's one of those guys that's probably like, he is who he says he is, I believe, but I feel like he's also weird too, like in that sense that like maybe not because he's an asshole, but like hard to get along with in the sense that he just probably doesn't relate to a lot of people in his own opinion. He just comes off as one of those guys.
I lived with a person from Philly. It was a roommate when I was in California. My nigga. But he was a character. He was a certain type of individual. And the way he explained other Philly individuals, he was actually on the low end, low key shit. So it made me like
he was a calm nigga for a Philly.
Yeah, and I'm just like, all right, if you calm,
then the hype version of you got to be really annoying.
Yeah. So
I don't know. Maybe it's a Philly thing. I only drove through Philly. I don't know how Philly is. I never really kicked it with a bunch of Philly niggas. I don't know.
Cheesesteaks are very good, but
I love Philly cheesesteaks, but never been to the city like to kick it or like
never been to Max's
and shit. What in Philly, nigga? No.
Man.
Like I said, I've drove through Philly. I have never been been to Philly. I've just drove through the city and like seen the skyline and shit. I've never really chilled in the city.
Shout out to all my East Coast people and shit. Like the reason why I say John, being around y'all motherfuckers.
You do have a lot of Philly and Baltimore slang that you use as a Detroit nigga.
Because it's like you being around the motherfuckers. It's like you understand what they saying. So it's like you saying the shit that they saying, so they understand you, and then you just start saying it.
Yeah, but you got the shit from a Philly nigga in California. Like you don't even talk like a nigga that been to California. You talk like a nigga that like has been like spent a lot of time in like Baltimore.
It ain't like I lived in California for like 10 years, nigga. Like maybe I
long enough to pick up the slang, nigga, and the fucking accent. At least you always kind of had that accent, but like you don't sound like a Detroit nigga, but you don't sound like a Cali nigga either.
No. I sound like a nigga that speak English.
You try to.
It's hard to learn the language sometimes.
Till you get drunk enough and you start talking that border hopping shit.
Hey, look, fam, just because y'all don't understand that this land belongs to the indigenous and y'all can't even speak the indigenous language because y'all ignorant, like don't mean that I'm supposed to just speak whiteness. Kiss my brown ass.
I mean, but be honest, you speak Caucasian enough to where or you speak regular enough to where Caucasians accept you as not one of your own until you act like it.
Nah, I'm not considered in that classification.
No, you would you wouldn't be an assimilating Mexican, but you sound like one of them. And then they meet you and go, he's not one of them. You sound like one of them though.
No, I'm the Mexican that motherfucking all white people fear, which is
when they meet you. When they just talk to you over the phone, they're like, this guy's probably cool as hell.
I'm on God. Like white employers have seen the line of Mexicans that just walk out of the factory because they finally that they know their worth and shit, and they've been disrespected and underpaid, and they see all them niggas walk out. I'm the nigga that's responsible for that. And like I am the nigga that they fear for real. I'm like, yo.
Okay, we
y'all
don't want to. Okay.
We might not understand. Y'all might not understand what the fuck they saying, but I understand, nigga. And this is what they say.
Time out. You're scaring the whites. Calm down.
I'm not trying to scare the Caucasians. The Caucanese can be scared. The Caucanese can be scared. Look, nigga, this is the best time to be black and brown, nigga. They sending bags for that.
That is true, but
shit.
In the meantime, tweet top.
They got a whole Black Lives Matter fucking category on Netflix and shit.
Now. Hey, all I know, if a Trump supporter writes a check big enough and I don't have to fucking coon myself out, we can talk about it.
No,
we're not cooning. I'm not gonna not.
That would be cooning. That would be definitely cooning.
We're not taking a meeting because the guy voted for somebody I don't like, or we don't like. We're not taking a meeting because of that.
Wendy's is out the deal right now until their CEO dies. Seriously, like nigga, like bro, you have no idea.
Who's the CEO of Wendy's right now? I don't even know. Are they racist? I love Wendy's.
They were they endorsed Trump and shit.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, I haven't eaten at Wendy's ever since then.
I didn't know that. I love
believe
Wendy's.
Me, and oh God, like, and nigga, I thought it was a place for niggas, bro. I love going to Wendy's for years. You know how bad I want to go to Wendy's sometimes? Don't.
And
Oh, got it.
that goes back to what I was saying earlier
It's
about
so
how
hard
in
being
the
integral.
middle.
It's so hard being integral.
Fuck that. Fuck that. That speaks to what I was saying earlier about how in the middle you can be sometimes. Because I'm not gonna let that stop me from getting spicy chicken sandwiches and motherfucking junior bacon cheeseburgers.
No, nigga, I can get that anywhere else, nigga. It's just the same way I felt about like nigga, like remember when we argued?
But it's not fresh and never frozen. It's not fresh and never frozen.
Go to Jimmy John's or Subway, nigga. They got fresh all day.
Tomatoes don't be ripe. I can't.
Now you just
fuck Jimmy John's. And nigga, they worse. Nigga, fuck Trump. Nigga, Jimmy John's fucking that dude goes and hunts fucking endangered species. Fuck that.
Which endangered species?
Like the important ones, nigga. Like the ones when you supposed to pick like lions and tigers and shit, nigga. Like the ones that like we need. Like the owner of it. So nigga, they might have fucking said Trump was cool, but they're not killing motherfucking animals, are they? I'm not fucking giving Jimmy John's my money. I haven't given Jimmy John's my money in years. And that was just because of the tomatoes. Then I found out about how much of an asshole the guy was.
Oh man. Speaking of that, remember the last time that time a couple of years ago when I almost died when I was on the phone with you, nigga, and shit, like because of Jimmy John's? That shit was terrible.
And then you ate that bullshit today. You kept giving them your money. And you talking really about me eating Wendy's. Moving on.
She really did. I take the chance over life or death over nuclear.
I'll stick to Subway, nigga.
Oh man, Subway wasn't on DoorDash, nigga. Couldn't even do it.
I'll go pick it up. Fuck it. If I don't want to sub that bad, fuck Jimmy John's.
Didn't have the car seat, my nigga. Didn't have it. It was all bad.
All I know is fuck Jimmy John's, nigga.
Hey man,
y'all specifically don't send the bag, and you're not gonna hear me say that a lot. But don't.
Don't send a MAGA bag. I don't want that bag. I'm good on that bag.
I'm good on Wendy's too. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm good on the Wendy's.
I mean, I'm gonna keep eating it, but you ain't gotta send the bag.
I'm not eating this shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't listen to Kanye, and I don't listen to R. Kelly.
That's a stretch, but okay.
Or Lil Wayne.
That's a stretch, sir.
That's a lot of rap, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like Griselda and shit. So
all right, nigga. What you want to get into before we get out here? We didn't talk about everything under the sun that wasn't.
Did you listen to the J. Cole album and how fire it is and all of its flames?
I hate to disappoint you once again, sir, but I only listened to the first 3 songs.
You are the most irresponsible and useless co-host of all time.
Coming from the nigga that listened to it 8 times, bitch, you should have enough of a review for both of us.
You might as well be Maul.
Fuck
you. Fuck
oh
you. My God. Like, bruh, it's fire. It's flames.
I may need to get better at listening to albums, but I do not just stay on my phone and just say, that's cool. Word. Nah, we don't fuck with them niggas. I don't do that, bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah, you do.
If I'm too drunk, I do. But at least I have a reason in that. I'm not just doing it because I'm too cool to fucking be here.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I make myself look like more of an idiot than you do.
Yeah.
Right.
But that be on purpose, though. Anyway. The flames and amount of fire and heat rock in astronomical form coming from the one Jermaine Cole. It's heat rock. He fucked all y'all niggas up.
I heard the interlude. Of course, I've heard the climb back. Then I heard 95 South. And my ears and the hairs on my back and my neck and my arms stood up when I heard the one and only Cameron come on and say,
Cameron himself,
killer. I knew what time it was. I knew it was over.
Lil Jon.
Oh my God. That was another great surprise. Just in that
Lil
one
Jon.
song. Just in that one song.
Lil Jon.
Rep your set, motherfucker. Huh? What's up? Stop playing with me.
Motherfucking John. We were just asking the other day where Lil Jon was. He was working on the
not?
goddamn J. Cole album.
Was
That's
we
what he was
not?
doing.
Was
That's what
we
he was
not
doing.
just
That was
talking about Lil Jon? Dog.
Like, and that's what the fuck he was doing. He was working on the goddamn J. Cole album. You know why?
Bruh.
Because Lil fucking Jon. Respect on his name.
I was sitting in the fucking CVS parking lot. Music turned all the way up in my brand new motherfucking 2019 Nissan Sentra. That's not a flex. I'm just saying I got a better car now.
It still ain't got no license.
Yeah.
And no album.
Sometimes you own a car and don't have a license, nigga. Anyway, my point
You's a non-ass nigga.
the point is, anyway, I'm sitting there, I turned it on, heard Killer. I said, oh shit. By this point, just off the beat alone and the aggressiveness of Killer Cam's voice, the white folks walking to their car are looking shook. So I said, okay.
Oh yeah, they scared of camera.
We going deep.
Camera.
We going deep, goddamn it. We going deep. The shit kept playing. I'm bobbing. Yeah. White boys walking up to their car. Not even white boys, white men walking up to their car. Walking up to their car looking like, yeah. You hear it. You don't know what it is, but you hear it. You know it's real. You know it's real though. You know it's real though. Then that Lil Jon came on. I said, you motherfucker. You motherfucker.
On the first John.
Bruh.
John.
So then they got the track 2. I said, okay. That's something light. Got the track 3. I liked the little build up. And then by the time Savage came on, my mom's walked back to the car. So I didn't get to the rest of the album. But still, what I heard is what I've been wanting.
It's
and
pure heat rock.
How I feel about the rest of it later.
I've heard the album full of J. Cole produced songs and tracks and written by J. Cole and all the music videos directed by J.
And then
Cole.
to find out Timbaland did that bitch too, bruh.
No, the day before, today's Friday. So yesterday before the album came out, he released like the producers the producers that worked on the album.
I saw that. I liked that on Instagram. It was the track list and then the list of producers.
Yeah, so it was like just seeing that it wasn't just him, I was already in it. But the fact that he didn't release the fucking when he released the track list, it didn't have features selected on it. That's what I was like, oh shit, he just gonna do another John. All right, cool. I can listen to J. Cole rap this all the way through it. And you know what I'm saying? He done it before. He done it well. I ain't mad at that. And you get all the gifts within it. You get a dope ass Lil Baby feature. You get a dope 21 Savage feature. You get Cam'ron. You get Lil Jon. How can you be mad?
Seems
you can't be mad.
Be.
Like, look, nigga, it's a great album. That bitch breathing like a motherfucking Usain Bolt without steroids, nigga. He been in a hyperbaric chamber for 4 days.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Like this nigga done did like 17 Goku pills and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to make you go Super Saiyan and super fast.
My nigga Sensu beamed up.
Like this nigga is Gucci than a mother. This shit breathe.
Sensu beans and gold rings, bitch.
Right now, top 3 album that I've heard this year, and that's up there with motherfucking La Machina and Plugs I Met To.
I have played through La Machina. That is a special project.
I don't want to call it a classic right now, but it's like the way it might age, it might be a classic. Like, we'll do this.
I know.
We still gonna be potting in 3 years, nigga. Like 3 years from now, we're gonna cover him. Like, yep, that shit probably still gonna be rocking.
I know that you right, but I know that motherfucking scatterbrain ruined me when I fucking heard it. I said, "What is this, nigga?"
You wasn't ready.
Fucking no, nigga. Even the Luda features, I said, "Why he sound like he ain't stopped rapping?"
Oh no, Luda still got that heat.
Why does he sound like this?
I listened to Ludaversal on purpose to see if he fell off, and he didn't.
Oh, I had to go back and listen to Theater of Mind after the first time I heard it. I said,
nigga,
"Oh my god!"
I listened to that every couple months, nigga. That's one of the classics that I feel like isn't acknowledged as a classic.
Mm-hmm.
That is one. Like
Mm-hmm.
for real. Theater of the Mind is 1000% a classic. Just like how motherfuckers give Catalactica for Big Crit so much credit.
Yeah.
It's a great album, but nigga, Forever's a Mighty Long Time is
Better.
that's
just better.
For that bitch to have 1,000 fucking songs on it, nigga, and it still go like that.
Bumped the way it bumped. Nigga.
Like God,
like he pulled a Chris Brown without the cocaine and did it successfully.
Nigga.
Like for real.
I was like, I don't even know if I really want to hear that much Big Crit. I don't even know.
But
if
then
I
you
want
listen
that.
to it and find out you want more.
Nigga, bruh, that's been on every iPhone. That's been one of the first like albums I've downloaded on every iPhone that I've like had since that shit came out. Like one of the first albums, like that has to be on the shit. Like I have to listen to it.
You know,
like,
I realize this is another topic that's not on the docket, but because you said that, that just made me think. You know, I realize how little I even pay attention, even as an artist myself, and with all my friends are fucking artists or creators. I pay no attention to buying music these days unless it's from one of my friends. I ain't buying your fucking single if I don't know you and like you.
Yeah, I have to like today if I'm buying an album, it's on vinyl. Like
That
I just
too.
got I just
That's
got my
another thing.
I just ordered my copy of they re-released the vinyl records Victory Lap on the marathon. So I ordered my vinyl copy of that.
How much was it?
$40.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
I seen you could get a signed Music to Be Murdered By, right? Well, they probably sold out now, but when they dropped a couple, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, it was a autographed Music to Be Murdered By vinyl. It was like $80.
I was trying to get to the Ransom's Crime Scene vinyl before they sold out. They sold out on those today before I could get to it. But the like I buy like it's like I gotta fuck with you two to buy your vinyl. Like I can't like you know what I'm saying? It's like
I'm not even buying a record if I don't like you. I just told you what it takes for me to buy the record. You think I'm buying the vinyl, nigga?
Like,
if I don't fuck with you?
Like if I know you, like if I like your music, it's like all right, cool. But it's like, nigga, if I like your music and I don't like you, I'm not buying your vinyl.
And when I say buy the record, I mean if it's a vinyl from an artist, like a mainstream artist that's well known, and I'll buy that. But I'm not like going to the store anymore buying CDs. I'm not going to the iTunes store buying their album. You don't need it. I'm playing it on stream. I'm paying however much I am for what, $30 for each streaming service. Nigga, I got Amazon Prime, Tidal, Apple Music, and motherfucking Spotify. I'm not buying the album, my nigga.
And I only buy fucking vinyls of shit that where it's like it's something that I already like. It's like I have to love that project. Like it's not just
that too. I gotta stream it first to know if I like it if I want to buy it.
Yeah, like I own a vinyl copy of 2014 Forest Hills Drive. It's one of the best J. Cole albums I think I've ever. And it's a great album, period, for hip hop. Like
music industry question. Music industry question to a regular person.
For sure.
Music industry question. Do you think, because that just popped in my head when you said that, do you think streaming is today's equivalent? Remember when you were going FYE in like 2005 or something?
I haven't been to a FYE since 2011.
Because they haven't existed since then. They exist like there's like one every state, maybe. Maybe. It's probably more than that, but I haven't seen one since 2011, 2010. Anyway, my point is, remember when you would walk into a FYE and you would scan the album and that you wanted to see if you wanted to buy, and you listen to 30-second clips of each song?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think part of the payment discrepancy artists face through streaming is because the streaming is today's equivalent of that? That's why we get tenths of a penny for a play on a stream, but then depending on your fucking contract or whatever you sign, you get whatever you get if you buy the album.
Yeah. I don't like the discrepancy within. My main problem has always been with streaming, and this is probably like why maybe I subliminally just decide not to want to be an artist in this generation. You can make a project, but 3 of your songs really stream hard. And the amount of money that it would take, the amount of streams that it would take to generate money to recuperate for the album, I don't know if I'm like, maybe I'm in my head, maybe if I'm possibly right, if we're, any executives or niggas that know these type of numbers are listening, it just won't even out. So to me,
it can't.
Yes. So to me, I feel like,
because I can hear the whole album for pennies on that the artist gets, pennies on what you would have got if you just bought the fucking album.
Yeah. So in my head, I kind of feel like, all right, this feels like the way streaming as far as its payout.
You're hearing the whole, it's not even a 30-second clip. You're hearing the whole shit.
Yeah, it feels like a backlash to independent motherfuckers figuring out how the record sales shit worked. Like,
but then that itself opens up, how many different ways did streaming itself open up for artists to exploit numbers? Niggas don't do it because you shouldn't do it, but it's easy to do if you want to do it. It's very easy. You just take a couple of dollars, but it's easy.
Yeah, like motherfuckers were exploiting numbers with their bundling packages, like just to.
But it was okay because it was through the label, quote unquote.
So they say, but
quote unquote.
But what I'm saying is that I feel like the inconsistency or it's almost like being the plug. You can have a really good plug and get your bricks for the low and maximize on your profit, depending on where you at.
Right.
But if that plug no longer exists and you got to get in the next plug, it takes more for them to get you your shit. Now it's like them bricks cost more. Can you sustain the business of the whole shit?
Well, a drought is different. If you had a drought, like let's say CDs are pretty much dead. Streaming is the business. Streaming and touring and merch is the business in terms of I'm an artist that just makes music and I just want to make music. If I'm that guy, that's my bag.
Yeah, but it's like, all right.
Unless I go independent and work the shit myself. If I'm just a nigga that just want to make music and want everybody else to do all the other shit, that's my bag.
But if I make a title exclusive, hypothetically, I capitalize on my bricks better than I would if I did like a Spotify or an Apple Music exclusive.
Well, everybody knows the smart thing is to go independent. The problem is everybody can't work independent.
That's true.
You don't get the artist you got if everybody's independent.
But my point is that in a business like this and shit, where they already like in streaming, they already made it a thing. When Apple and Tidal were doing like exclusive albums.
We talked about how Hov sold Tidal, didn't we? We did.
We did.
That. Okay.
Yeah, but when Apple and Tidal was doing like exclusive albums where you can only listen to whatever project on that platform, that became a legal issue. That came up, and then they made it to where it's like, all right, no exclusive albums per streaming service, has to be available to whoever. So it's not a fluctuation in streaming numbers, one particular project on one streaming service or to that service in general. They had
that was nasty. That whole whole little 2-3 year stretch was nasty.
Yeah, they tried to put something in place to stop that from happening to try and balance the field. But in my opinion, it still doesn't make sense. For example, rest in peace to the great late Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace to the guy. It kind of fucked with me at the fact that it was like I kept my Tidal subscription for like an extra like 6 to 8 months when I would have deleted it because there was nothing that was really impressive to me at the time. Just because Nipsey passed, and I'm like, yo, his family and him get more per stream
off Tidal.
If I listen to his music from Tidal than if I would through Apple Music. And it was like kind of fucked up because I'm just like, yo, that's wild. I'm still streaming your music, B.
I don't want to say that. But
it's your music. You got the masters to that shit. But it's getting
that's what I'm saying.
Your peoples get a bigger piece of bread if I stream it from one service to another.
I mean, you could have went
problem
on
with me.
That's a problem to everybody, myself included. I don't like that I get more plays on Spotify and Apple Music and they pay the least. But what's the most accessible to everybody? Apple Music and fucking Spotify. Tidal has a lot of people, but as an independent artist and a friend of other independent artists, we don't get a lot off of Tidal in terms of our numbers. Most of our numbers come from Spotify and Apple.
But the kickback from Tidal is the fact that you're paying more for the subscription service than you are for Spotify or Apple.
Which is also why a lot of people don't fucking have it.
So the artists actually get more on their kickback per stream. That's why I continue to keep Tidal because
that's also why Tidal should send it back, huh?
Damn right. Because it's like for me, I am no longer an artist. I'm a creator. So, but it's like I still support my peoples and who that I fuck with that are artists. I feel like they should get a bigger piece of the fucking the bag streaming wise than they, like from my stream anyway. Because you can't just go in and buy an album no more. You can't give an artist fucking even an independent artist $10 for a fucking album no more and buy a hard copy.
Okay.
Not the same way you could in FYE days. You buying merch or something like that.
In the FYE days, the label was getting most of that money we were paying the artist.
No, I'm saying as an independent.
We were thinking.
But I'm saying as an independent.
Well, back then, a lot of independent artists didn't get that look. You're talking about 4 or 5 people at that point.
No, we had
in that time period.
The independent artists that we had, backdoor was being shit on. The whole, you know what I'm saying? Like we looked up to them, but it was like backdoor business wise, motherfuckers trying to stop them niggas from doing what they was doing.
Well, because
Master P, Puff, Jay-Z. Imagine if they would have been trying
independent, but yeah, I mean,
but what I'm saying is imagine if they weren't trying to get stopped from doing what they were trying to do, because of the powers at play. You know what I mean?
Rest in peace to Andre Harrell.
Rest in peace, man. Goddamn, it's been a fuck.
Wouldn't be no pub without him, man. Rest in peace.
No.
Nigga followed me on Instagram and my bitch ass never messaged him while he was alive because I was always like, I gotta have the right record to send him. I gotta have the right. No, I didn't. I could have just fucking said, hey, how you doing? Thanks for the phone. I never fucking said anything because I was a fucking artist that was too in his head. So rest in peace to Andre Harrell. Shout out to Diddy.
and what's fucked up is that in his wake, you still not released an album. You letting Andre Harrell down.
I still wonder why he even followed me, bro. I didn't even have any music out at the time. I didn't even have any music out at the time. I didn't have any music out at the time, bro. Only thing I was doing was this.
Nobody knows what you do musically because you have no music out there.
Unless that nigga
3 songs that you just released.
Because I don't think I had my name changed when he followed me. I don't think I had changed my name to Busy 93 yet. So he might have fucking put 2 and 2 together from the old project and heard a couple of the good joints on there or something. But the only thing I was doing at that time was the podcast. So it's like, unless he seen that shit and was like, yo, that's kind of dope, I'm gonna follow this little nigga.
You a podcaster, nigga. Just be okay with it.
It bugs me. It bugs me because I wonder if
rapping no more. Just stop rapping. Just stop rapping.
No,
this podcast stuff. Just stop rapping.
No,
just stop rapping. It's okay. It's okay. You successful in
Matter
your
of fact,
lane.
bitch, I'm gonna do both and start up stand up again. Nah, I'm gonna start doing stand up again. Haha. Yeah, bitch. And
Don't
and
do that.
and
You're gonna be
and
looking like Arthur Fleck out here in this bitch. Don't you do that. Don't do that. Sit down
I
somewhere.
definitely won't be looking like Arthur fuck out here.
Yeah, let's say like, sit
Now, my
down.
first night doing stand-up comedy, I did look like Arthur Fleck.
Yeah, but it's
but,
like sit the fuck down.
but the second night, I promise.
Sit down. Sit the fuck down.
Too much
Sit
content
down.
on this alone that I can pull from. There's no way I'm doing 5 minutes on stage comfortably and not being funny. Comfortably is the underlining word there.
Sit your ass down somewhere. Okay. Like, sit your ass down.
Hey, before the pandemic started, bro, it was in my head. Like last year, to those of you that don't know, when we started this podcast back up, that was one of my fucking things I wanted to do was motherfucking doing stand-up comedy again. But then coronavirus happened. So it was like, all right, well, you can't. I had to stop doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, nigga. I had to stop doing everything. Like
that was the great holy black blood gang Jesus's way of saying, like, no, nigga, don't do this to the world.
Yeah, because you know I'd fucking take this bitch over.
Nah, black blood gang Jesus ain't having that. Like it's not happening. It's not.
You don't want to see me and Chappelle, nigga. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see me and Rock.
You know Chappelle got a motherfucking podcast with Black Star.
Welcome
it's
to
like
the
Most
game.
and Talib.
Hey, episode 2. They premiered a Black Star new song for the first time in however many 15 years.
They just released an album.
No, I'm saying this is a new song that maybe it's the album they're releasing, but this is a new single. They ain't put out shit in 15 years. Dave was just on Jimmy Fallon 2-3 nights ago talking about nigga episode 2. Go listen to it. It's a Black Star song on there that is the first song they've put out in 15 years. So it's probably the album they're about to drop. They probably working on something, but Dave said that shit. I don't think Dave. I was fucking this Friday. That was Wednesday. Like,
yeah, but you got to subscribe to that one specific podcast outlet to listen to it. I think it's an exclusive.
Somewhere. No, you don't. No, it's a Luminary podcast. Luminary is just a podcast network. It's on all the podcast places.
I thought it was a podcast app.
No. It's
like
Luminary Twitch, is like
Stitcher or some shit.
Nigga, we're on Stitcher. Stitcher isn't like that.
But Stitcher's an app, right?
Yeah. Luminary is an app.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I thought it was just a podcast like exclusive app.
Oh, you know like you had to download the app to listen to it?
Yeah, that's what I was what I thought it was. I
subscribed to it. I subscribed to. I ain't listened to it yet, but I subscribed to it on Apple Podcasts like yesterday.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check that shit out there because, I
mean, it's Most Def, Talib Kweli, and Dave Chappelle, nigga. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, but I like hearing Most Def talk, and it's wild because Most is like, nigga, Most Def is like sound weird as shit now. I'm like, yeah, he sound like he done got like he punch drunk than a motherfucker.
Yeah,
but the shit that he be saying
I wonder if that's
always on some real shit.
I wonder if that's like some mental shit.
He's rap clear as fuck though. He rap like
that's
he
what
never
I'm saying.
Missed a beat.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if because he just like talk like that when he like just normally talking, kind of like the shit drags and long, like it's weird when he talk just regularly talking. I wonder if he sound like that, like it's really something wrong with him, but then like not wrong with him and like he's like slow or something, but like he might have like a speech impediment or something.
Yeah, that's just how he talk regularly.
Yeah, but then when he rap, he's so used to rapping, he still sound like Most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But me and my wife was talking about it last week. It's just sometimes like depending on what artist it is, like the confidence that they have as a person, nigga, is within the music. So it's like they'll take like their own personal speech and like the way they move and what types of vibe they give off when it comes down to their art, nigga, is completely indifferent than who they just walking around is on a regular day.
Hi, how you doing?
Most people don't know how bad of a fucking list that Cisco has.
Perfect example.
Yeah. Like he has a terrible list. Like he
and
has,
you know what?
One of these, like, and you hear the thong song, nigga, and you would never think that, nigga.
You know what I love about that though is that it is so many artists like that motherfucker you have one perception of, like big or just that's upcoming, whatever. So many artists like that you would never think was really just doing this shit. Like they come off a certain way, they sound a certain way. It's every artist that becomes a celebrity, really, like they come off a certain way, they seem a certain way. You don't really know how this motherfucker get down for real. And then maybe when you meet them, maybe they're a fucking weirdo. Maybe it's something about them that they insecure about, like you, like they motherfuckers forget motherfuckers are people.
Yeah.
Even you ain't even got to be a celebrity for that today. You get enough clout on any social media, motherfucker. You motherfuckers is not talk to you like you a person.
Bro.
But moving on to some less heavy shit. We gotta get the fuck up out of here. We've been here for like over 2 hours.
Word?
Yeah,
this is a good one.
It is. We've been flowing like a motherfucker, and we ain't even talked about half the shit on the docket. We've been talking about shit freestyling that was better than what
no, we cooked everything now.
I still had the Venom trailer and the DMX album.
I was gonna
guess what race it is, but
I really didn't want to care about the Venom trailer that much because I haven't
I
seen
just wanted to say it was cool. I thought it was cool. I can't wait for it because you didn't watch the first one, but I just can't wait. I wanted
to see a good Venom movie, but I just never got around
to
seeing it. Yeah, but I never got around to seeing it because, like, at the time, until I just recently discovered before we pressed play on this shit that there was on a streaming service that I could see the whole movie without any commercials and shit.
That's a fact.
Because I'm not watching that shit on FX or some bullshit, nigga, with commercials and cuts out.
But like I said, it's PG-13, so even if you like, I've watched it on TV just to watch it because I've seen it a bunch of times. Like I've seen that movie probably 10 times. Now.
I'm geeked for the Morbius. I'm geeked for the Morbius movie because I thought that like Morbius was one of the like my favorite fucking Spider-Man villains. I'm not going to see. I like if I don't go see that in a theater, which I probably won't. I'm not motherfucking gonna watch that shit on FX.
Why are you not gonna go see it in the theater?
I don't trust other people at this point.
But you vaccinated.
Yeah.
Are you fully vaccinated now, right?
Will be in 13 days.
Okay. Because I heard about.
I got the shot, my second shot on Thursday, which was yesterday. But what the motherfucker told me,
you gotta wait a minute for it to get.
No, it was like it's the fullness, the full effect of it doesn't go into effect until like 14 days after you receive your second shot. So
I seen on Twitter earlier today. This is another random topic. I seen on Twitter earlier today. Bill Maher, friend of the show, maybe. I guess. I don't know.
Possibly. I don't know.
I think he's cool sometimes, other than when he has to have Ice Cube come on the show and check him and gets checked by everybody else black because he says wow, old rich white dude shit. Other than that, he a cool nigga to me, and I like his points of view sometimes. And you see, he tested positive for COVID even though he was fully vaccinated, and they kept the show going because he was asymptomatic and fucking. I guess everybody on the staff at HBO for that show, I guess so far had to get, or at all HBO, I guess, had to get vaccinated. So he's fully vaccinated, and they say he's feeling fine. He's asymptomatic, but he caught the shit again, or caught it. I don't think he caught it. I don't think he caught it before he was vaccinated.
I read up on that earlier today.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I seen all the MAGA Twitter talking about, see, that's why he don't fucking need it. See what happened? No, he's not gonna die. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I also thought about it like this because I'm one of those people. I don't consider myself a scientist or anybody that's medical, nigga. I care about numbers. No, I'm not that nigga. I'm a nigga that thinks about numbers. Even when it comes to just normal everyday life shit, 1 + 1 = 2, shit like that. To me, in my head, I thought about it like this, even getting the fucking vaccine. I am putting the antibodies of the COVID-19 within me. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually putting the virus in me to be able, you know what I'm saying? Like, though, at least those antibodies.
That's every vaccine, bro.
Exactly.
That for some
And-
reason people fucking forgot that's how vaccines work or something. But
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So, and that's why I was like, you know what? What does the CDC say? So the CDC say, and Dr. Fauci and them say, yeah, nigga, when it comes down to certain rollouts of like first vaccines and shit, yes, you will have like, but you know, like you will
Breakthrough
have
cases, they call them.
breakthrough cases. And he was like, and that only happens realistically because like you're getting the virus. Like you're putting it within you. So
if you come in contact with it, it's gonna show up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like it is really just at that point just within you to not spread it to anyone else who cannot get sick from it. But you'll be fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you are okay. The problem is at this like as we are in the country and shit is that we're so hugely divided on whether we should or shouldn't get the vaccine for whatever reason you have for it. It's so hard to get to a point to where we can get away from the pandemic mode. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like if we get to 70% vaccination, we Gucci. We can start opening
Michigan is at 60. We in Michigan. For those of you that haven't been paying attention, it's your first time listening. We in Michigan. Michigan is almost at 70. The governor was just on TV and on Twitter earlier today talking about some, hey, good job, y'all. Let's keep it going so we can fucking reopen like fucking normal people. Like,
yeah. Like that's the reason why California, despite what type of political shit that they going at too, as far as who running for governor,
or the Randy
yeah, oh my god, and then like even though like they going through what they going through, they in a better position than us because they would vaccinate motherfuckers like in their cars and shit at Staples.
Oh yeah, they ain't give a fuck. Yeah, they was like, pull up, just pull up. We got you. No, just pull up. We got you.
They were doing the fucking
You ain't even got to get out the car. Just pull out.
They was doing the COVID test, nigga, at the motherfucking Dodger Stadium, nigga. Like they was getting this shit done.
Yeah.
Like they wasn't trying to like, nigga. That's Hollywood. They wasn't trying to live like nah, nigga. There's too much money. There's too much. Nah, we can't. Bro, we can't live like nah.
I don't know if it resurged or how good they're doing now or not, but you saw as soon as South Korea motherfucking got vaccinated, or I don't even think they got vaccinated. The vaccine wasn't even really out like that because this was a couple months ago. South Korea had they had stayed in the house long enough and shit to where they or some part of South Korea, they stayed in the house long enough to where they had got their shit down. Like the rate was down. Like it was like 0.2 people in that area had it or some shit. Them niggas threw a whole fucking festival in the fucking pool, everything, nigga, neon lights, beads, nigga, partying the K-pop music, nigga, going crazy. Don't you make that face. K-pop is fucking dope. Yeah, I said it, and I say it again, bitch.
We not the same. We not the same. Like I'm gonna keep that up, and we not the same.
Hey, nigga, I've been listening to a lot of anime music lately. I've been listening to weird shit. Like, you know how you probably don't know because it's a very niche thing to type into Apple Music. But if you go on Apple Music and you type in anime music, comes up different from like the late 90s to like the early 2010s of like it's playlist after playlist of like every hit anime show character songs when they come into the if you know and love anime, just type in anime music and Apple Music, you're gonna be like, bro,
y'all can hate
read
me.
manga if you fucking watch anime.
Certain listeners, y'all can hate me if y'all want to. I'm grown. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not doing being grown. Bitch, I told you watch Jujutsu Kaisen. You still ain't did that. That's some anime shit you would like, nigga.
I'm not saying I don't like certain anime shit, nigga. I seen a fucking a Wolverine animated shit on Viceland that I thought was fucking amazing. But
I mean, that was like the Wolverine show, like the adult. That wasn't. They replaying that on Viceland. That was on some other network. Like I remember when that came out.
I saw it on Viceland one day on a Saturday morning, and I was with my kid, and I was like, "Wow,
it was Spike.
Like this is different." And I thought I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the 2 episodes that I watched on a Saturday morning. But
Oh no, it's a good show.
But it was just like, all right, I'm not sitting here and watching that many of. Like, look, fam, like, on God, check this. You know how much of a Star Wars fan I am. You know this.
Yeah.
One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made as far as being a Star Wars fan was not getting into Star Wars Clone Wars when it first fucking dropped. Because I was a kid when it came out, and it was a cartoon. And I didn't and I was coming of age, you know,
right.
Hustling, doing stupid shit that niggas do. And I was coming
that kid shit no more, man.
Yeah, it was coming of age. So I was like, I don't want to watch this shit. Like, this cartoon shit. And they're like, nah, nigga.
It's
like,
a couple shows I did that same thing too.
And like now, as far as Star Wars lore,
years later,
there was so much shit that happens in Clone Wars that happens. I mean, that's relevant to the story of Star Wars.
It's like actually canon. Yeah.
Nigga, now I'm fucking 27 years old trying to watch this fucking cartoon.
You like, what the? Where was I?
And now and you know how I feel about the cinema industry and shit, so I keep up with the business shit of it. And I'm just like, this is before the motherfucking writer strike, so you have 27 fucking episodes in a season, and I'm just, and I'm getting through the shit, but I'm just like,
Jujutsu Kaisen is on his 23rd. This is first season. It's on his 23rd episode, man. Like, they're rounding the bend of this season right now. But yeah, nigga, that's what you got to go through with this shit.
Like, nigga, even fucking there's actually a new fucking Star Wars on Disney Plus, and shit called Bad Batch.
Bro, I still gotta watch the rest.
I kind of want to watch it. Nigga, I still haven't watched season 2.
I gotta watch the rest of season 1.
I fucked myself. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I fucked myself because I
haven't seen no new Star Wars movie. Time out. I have not watched the new movie since 3. I have not seen a new movie since episode 3, bro. I got mad Star Wars to catch up on. I'm a fan too. When it comes to like that versus Star Trek or something, I'm a fan too. I have not seen a movie since 3, on purpose and not on purpose. Because it was on purpose, because I was like, I want to see what the reaction gonna be, and I want to see if niggas is gonna really take this and go in a good direction with it from what people say. Because that's how I got on the Star Wars, is fan reaction pretty much, because I was a kid and motherfucker was like, you might like this, and I did like it. So we get to episode 3. I loved it. Nothing happens for however many years, and then they start doing these movies. I ain't been able to keep up. It was for what? For a couple of years. It was a new Star Wars movie every year. I ain't got time for that shit.
Look here, nigga. I'm keeping it being with you. The only reason I'm not up on Mandalorian, and you shameful.
I know. As a Star Wars fan, I know I'm terrible. I know.
It is because of the way I think. Well, me in general, I just watch shit just for real. Ozark drop on Netflix, I'm binging that shit, nigga. I don't want to hear nothing from the.
I'm 2 seasons behind on that.
I don't like. Look, nigga, I don't want to hear nothing from the child. I don't want to hear nothing from the wife, nigga. I am binge watching that shit, nigga, and I don't want to be bothered until I'm watching like all these episodes are done. Like, for real.
I miss doing that.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about shows that I watch, nigga. Like, and if I am watching it week by week, I really, really, really enjoy this show. The last 2 shows that I've done, 3 shows that I've done that with, Atlanta, Snowfall, the season 3 True Detective. That's
what
it.
I gotta watch. Snowfall. I gotta watch Snowfall.
And as of recently, when Snowfall like actually started dropping in new episodes,
Snowfall's done now, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I let them shit stack up, nigga.
Yes. Yeah, nigga. I have not watched an episode.
Yeah,
I have not watched an episode. I
let them shit stack up, nigga. So guess.
And I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna
guess what a nigga watching tomorrow. Guess what a nigga watching? Yeah. Guess what a nigga watching tomorrow, nigga.
I fucked around. I hope my girl don't watch this, because she gonna be really mad at me because I'm telling y'all this, and I was fucking with her. Anyway, I was supposed to have watched like the first 4 episodes of Snowfall because I waited a couple weeks for her to catch up from like she was still stuck on like the end of season 1. Nigga, she watches all season 2, season 3, and the first 4 episodes of season 4. And I never actually watched the first 4 episodes of season 4. So now I gotta go and catch up to her now, which is funny because I fucking put her on the show.
I let them shit stack the fuck up. Mandalorian was the same way. Like the first season of Mandalorian was really good, and I broke that up in halves. There's only 8 episodes, but I was like, I watched the first one, was like, yo, this is really good. Let the next 3 stack up, watch them 4, waited 4 more weeks, and watched the last 4. And I'm just like, nah, I'm not doing this whole fucking week by week shit. Like you have the episodes already, my nigga. Release them hoes.
I think by the time I watch, that's why I don't watch shows week to week no more. But by the time I watched The Mandalorian, the whole season was out, and it was like Christmas, and one of my cousins just turned it on. And that's when I fucking like I understood. Like, yeah, I saw Baby Yoda and all of that. And I'm like, I had the same reaction as everybody else. Like,
you're like,
oh, motherfucker is cute as hell. Goddamn,
yeah,
Baby Yoda, shit. And I was drawn in from there. And then I think I watched episode 2, and then I never fucking went back to it because I think my Disney Plus
I can't express how much I was upset because I was one of those people that wanted like a Baby Yoda something for Christmas that year. But I couldn't have it and shit because they weren't prepared for it, so they didn't make Baby Yoda fucking memorabilia yet. I was so pissed off.
Fuck you and that year. I walked past some Baby Yoda shit the other day and almost bought it. Nigga.
Shit, you fooling, nigga. Nigga.
It was a, what was it? It was a,
nigga, the world
it was like a mug set. Or no, it was a blanket set. I'm a grown man. I can't really have like a Baby Yoda blanket set. But it was like when I first seen it, I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. But I almost did it, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Look, man, that shit crazy. Cause it like, look, man, Baby Yoda, it has a name now, but in my head, it's still Baby Yoda. Like,
oh, they gave it a name?
According to season, what like the little spoiler I did see in season 2, they gave it a name, but I don't know. Like, it does have a name, but I didn't watch the spoiler all the video all the way through to see what the name was.
Mm-hmm.
Once I saw, I'm like, oh shit, the spoiler video. No. And I threw my phone because I was
get away from me.
It was like, oh Jesus, like the devil's a liar. I rebuke you, Satan. Like, I got it away. And then, you know what I'm saying? I had to get myself back together and shit. So I didn't see the name, but it does have a name now. But to me, it's still Baby Yoda because we all know what Yoda is.
Not to mention Baby Yoda is also like 60 years old. But okay. Huh? Not really a baby, but it's Baby Yoda. It's Yoda, so it's like Baby Yoda.
But that nigga be sipping tea and shit. Like, he be chilling.
Yeah, but like I do.
That nigga,
yeah.
He wasn't even supposed to be there. Just like, y'all niggas was fighting. That shit was wild. Y'all ain't do shit.
I seen a clip of one episode where they was like,
I made a whole buffalo float. Y'all niggas ain't doing shit.
I seen a clip of one episode where the nigga was like, I guess Baby Yoda was going too far with his powers, and then the Mandalorian nigga was like, nigga, chill. And he was like, what'd I do? Like, he just dropped like he had like a bunch of shit in the air, had like a bunch of niggas like, yo, chill. And he just looked at him like, what? It's cute as hell. I loved it. I don't know how the fuck we started talking about Baby Yoda and Star Wars, but nigga, let's
shout out to Baby Yoda.
Yeah, always.
Shout out to Baby Yoda.
And George Lucas for making Baby Yoda a possibility.
Matter of fact, we need that Disney bag, goddammit. They got the bag.
We'll never get that.
They got the super bag.
Yeah, but we'll never get that.
No, we get the Fox. Like, I'm sure you can get the Fox bag for us, though. I'm sure you can get that.
Yeah. I can hook that up for sure. I'll eventually fuck Tommy Lauren by the time she's an executive up there. So yeah, definitely.
This podcast would be no more. I couldn't, like, no.
You couldn't talk to me if I had sex with Tommy Lauren.
No.
What if I changed her mind and made her Black Lives Matter?
No, that's not
Or at
real.
least Black
That's
Cocks
a front.
Matter?
That's a front.
For Black Dick.
That's a front.
But you care. And your voice matters. So if she just does a 360 because she get a taste of the busy, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what that would do for the world? Of course, Fox is gonna fire her and me, but we can go get our own bag.
All I hear is Pharrell's fronting in my head. That's all I hear.
Speaking of racism,
Which one
guess
of the
what
greatest
time it
songs
is,
ever?
people? Huh?
Oh,
What?
I said, which one of the greatest songs ever?
It is. It is. But yeah, guess what time it is, people?
You need to retitle this so we don't get sued.
You see, I'm trying to change the theme song already.
How you gonna
Guess
bribe
what,
somebody's
Rich?
whole shit?
It is because I can. And I thought it was mine at first, but it wasn't. Because I used to listen to way too much Charlemagne. But here we go. Guess what
And I'm
race
the
it
one
is,
that read this
people?
book. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't even finished the first book, nigga, and I bought both of them.
Let's go.
First one. Guess what race it is, people?
Racism.
It is the ism of the race. For sure. The first one. Man allegedly paid acquaintance $100 to slash his girlfriend's face with a knife. Guess what race it is, folks? And state, of course, just for fun. Guess what race and state, people? And by people, I mean you. And of course, listen. Leave it in the comments below.
You know what? I'm gonna say this was. See, this could be anything.
I guess
I'm
that
gonna
doesn't
set
work
precedent.
when you're not live, but
Yeah, this could be anything because I would say like this. Mano got his face slashed and shit because, you know what I'm saying, I believe he probably robbed the plug.
mm-hmm.
Now,
But
that's allegedly. I'm not sure if that really happened, but he has had his face slashed.
isn't that a reach from paying somebody to slash your girl face, though?
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, you know what? That could be a drunken white boy moment. So, and that's what my soul is telling me. But it's also a possibility that said individual female had it coming, which opens the door for all types of minority races who are ballsy enough to do such a thing. The common white man would not do such a thing. Because I believe it's too pussy. But
observation.
I kind of almost want to believe said person is Latino. Because that's some crazy shit to say to somebody. Especially to give your mans $100 for it.
What else? Gave. Well, it's not your man's or your woman's. It says paid acquaintance. So we don't know the gender. Let's not go that far.
Man's
them. Man's them.
Men's
them. Yes.
Men's. You paid your man's slash your girl face. That sounds very Tony Montana-ish. Why I say that? Matter of fact, if you've never watched Scarface with the subtitles on, you really appreciate the writing of that movie so well. But anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to go with a Latino person. I'm going to go with a Latino. Oh, man, I hope it's not Latino. And I'm going to go Florida because that's Florida type behavior.
By God, you did it. You're right, sir.
Damn.
Orlando Police, Florida. Orlando Police.
I was hoping I was going to be wrong. Like, that was the one more. I'm like, I hope I'm wrong.
And here's the kicker. And this is why it's really funny. You were right. He is Hispanic. Obviously.
He looked like my man from fucking Ant-Man. He looked like Michael Pena.
But his name is Alexis Colon.
Colon.
Whatever. They don't have an accent over it, so Colon. But his
Of
name is
course,
Alexis. Nigga. Orlando police said they spotted a rented gold Toyota Prius following the victim on video before a masked attacker slashed the victim's face.
Pause. You cannot be a grown ass Latino named Alexis trying to be murdering nobody in a fucking gold Prius. You know, if it wouldn't get a nigga indicted, I would love to do a criminal masterclass. Cause this shit looks fucked up. But continue.
Rented a gold Toyota Prius following the victim on video before a mass attacker slashed the victim's face in a parking garage on her way to work. They tracked the rental to Alexis Colon, 35, who allegedly Colon, my bad, 35, who allegedly drove the attacker to a parking garage outside the victim's job. He allegedly told the associate to, quote unquote, send a message to the victim after she upset him. After the attack, Colon reportedly visited the victim in the hospital. The victim, whose identity...
you voted for Trump. I know it. You can't lie to me no more. Like, don't lie to me. No
Cologne could be French, nigga. That shit look like colon, my nigga. That shit look like colon. It say COLON. Ain't no accent over that bitch. It look like colon, nigga. Anyway.
So does Willie Colon's fucking credits and shit on it, like on Apple Music and Tidal. But his name is Willie Colon.
Anyway, reportedly visited the victim in the hospital. The victim, whose identity was not released, is also the mother of said Hispanic man's child. He was charged with the criminal attempted felony and burglary with a deadly weapon and is currently in jail on no bond. So that's the first one. How do you feel about Mr. Claw? Nah, I'm just being an asshole.
Yeah, you're a fucking Republican. But
am I?
Yeah.
Am I? I mean, really?
And is it me as a Latino that really doesn't like the way that fucking like Al Pacino moves his face and mouth when he actually tries to speak Spanish? It kind of fucks with me.
You know, I was just telling somebody that Al Pacino is, as much as I love him, we all love him. He's a great actor. Maybe he's just, do the Jack Nicholson, sit down. Just saying, it's not the same, bro. It's not the same no more. It's not there. It's not that it's not there. It's still Pacino. When you see Pacino, it's Pacino. He's gonna give you Pacino. But unless it's like Jimmy Hoffa, unless he's playing an old nigga now, it's not really gonna hit. The reason The Irishman hit to the few, some people think that movie is garbage. The reason that movie hit the way it hit to the niggas that like gangster movies is because it's them doing it. You got Pesci, De Niro, Pacino, whatever.
Scorsese.
Dog. Stop it.
That was like the old, like real shit on some completely other shit. That was like the 60s all-stars. Like
for real,
on 2K,
for real,
like on 2K,
for real,
niggas, it was like
for real,
all them niggas,
for real.
And you just thought that you was gonna go into that game and just run over them niggas.
Nah,
you got the 2010 niggas, nah, bro.
Them boys got some tricks.
Like,
they might need a little CGI to pull it off, but them boys got some tricks.
They don't shoot threes, nigga, but they know how to get into the post.
Like I said,
they play defense, nigga.
Like I said, might need a little CGI to pull it off, but bitch, I'm gonna do it.
They'll punch somebody in the face and be like, "That's not a foul."
In
Where
what
the foul
world?
at? It's like, where the foul at? What you mean?
In
A
what
foul?
world, sir?
Nigga nose broken. Like I don't know how the fuck that happened, bro. Nigga,
He
you
bleeding. And
was watching the play, nigga. I ain't touch him.
you imagine De Niro breaking a nigga nose and they be like, "You broke his nose. Go fuck yourself."
First off, De Niro is talking. Shout out to Robert De Niro because he is talking way more shit than I ever thought any man with one testicle would ever talk after only having one testicle. Shout
Not
out
only
to
that,
him.
but continuously
Shout out to
fucking
him.
continue. I have very rarely and almost never been into the idea or praised the notion of a white man having sex with black women for my own personal reasons. We're not gonna get into that, and it's probably gonna get me into trouble later in my career. But I've never been okay with that. But De Niro, man, he does it right.
Look, fam, George Lucas has a black wife.
You know, he a nigga.
Look, fam, some people look.
You know, he just started a podcast too.
George Lucas?
Really? It's called Oh My God Hi, or OMG Hi.
Yeah, I would have never thought that from George Lucas.
Yeah, it's on Bill Burr's comedy podcast network.
Real shit. There needs to be y'all need to mark like the lamb's blood, like the blood of a lamb, like on y'all doors or some shit to like let everybody know that y'all an ally or something. Like for real.
Oh, Bill Burr's definitely an ally.
No, I'm just saying.
Bill Burr owns that network with another Mexican nigga.
I'm saying just,
and he's married to a black woman too.
I'm saying just in general, because what like
that's another interrelation.
What if the revolution does come true, and you know my ass gonna be outside wilding? So you like, what if the revolution comes true, and shit, and there's just a bunch of just mass casualties of allies who were potential allies and shit, but we couldn't identify them because they were of the paler skin. That's not fair.
That's why I want to say this for posterity's sake. When I say what I just said, also take note. I know I said it a lot away from the sound bite. Y'all probably gonna clip in a few years, but I am also in an interracial relationship. So, like Dave Chappelle said, "Ha ha, bitch. See you at Thanksgiving." Yeah.
Yeah, but I've always felt this about.
And
Dave
I know
Chappelle.
Dr. Umar don't like it, but fuck it.
I feel this way about Dave Chappelle's situation versus yours. Anyway, you a coon. So yeah,
Dave Chappelle is also married to a Filipino woman. So I mean, hey.
Yeah, but he's married to an Asian woman, and I love the Asian people.
Me too.
All right.
Even outside of the white assimilating ones.
Yeah. No beef with the Asian people whatsoever. But
the ones that, and when I say the white assimilating ones,
a lot of Asian America and Asian American immigrants and shit just realized that they was looked at like niggas for real and shit. And that's because
the pandemic made them figure that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I feel bad for the situation and I feel for the cause and shit. But
we talked about what Dr. Umar said about that. The reason they passed the legislation for the anti-hate on the Asians is because they want to keep a possible ally and don't want them aligning with the people of color and the brothers and sisters on this side. Word.
Fuck, he right. Like, he right. Like I'm gonna keep it a beat. Like he right.
I'm just saying he's not wrong. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying he right. Like I'm gonna keep that a beat on that. So
I'm just saying he's not wrong.
You know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, a lot of people just figured that shit the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a Latino and shit. My wife is Native American. We mad minority, just like genocide over here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like to what white people have done to our people, or the colonizers. I wouldn't say white people in general. Colonizers.
We gotta start being, just for the sake of the people that listen to this podcast, and in the future will, when they eventually discover the catalog, if they make it this fucking far, or depending on where they start, this might be your first episode. we got to start, being more precise about
Well, that's
the
why we came
type
up with
we talking
that's why I
about.
can't.
Because it's not like we don't fuck with them. We do. Like, they,
Yeah, but
they
that's why
the homie.
I
Like, nigga,
that's why I
a homie is a
categorize the
homie.
Caucasians and the Caucanese. But sometimes I'm
But we don't
talking in a
always
broad.
clarify about who we talking about. We
But
just sometimes say just white
no, I
motherfuckers, and then we just
specifically
keep
do
pushing.
and specifically don't in certain moments, because sometimes I'm talking to the broader spectrum of the paler
The
skin.
privilege.
No, I'm saying
versus
sometimes I'm talking about the paler skin
idea.
individual on the planet. Sometimes I'm talking about the Caucanese when I'm talking about the racist white American. You know what I'm saying? Like it depends on
and the
what
Caucasians
the
are the allies.
Yeah, it depends on what is the context on which I'm speaking to it. You know what I mean? Because real shit too, so many people don't realize where they really fit into society or how society actually views them. So that's why I kind of like break it down to like, all right, nigga, you can be a person of pale skin in America and be an ally, but the way you carry yourself and the way you may conduct yourself as towards being an ally is really what makes you either Caucasian or Caucanese within America.
Under our definition.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it's like South Africa has its problems in Africa as far as like genocide.
They still doing nigga black and white. And nigga,
right. Like they
if you
still,
on this side of the border, you with this. If you on that side, I don't know.
Like
that shit might as well be red and blue over there.
They got their own problems. Like I feel it. But I'm gonna be one of those people to let you know I'm not really that keen on what is actually going on over there. Real shit. But what I do know is what's going on over there really ain't affecting me here.
Right.
It's fucked up. Yeah. But what those white people are doing to those black people, I can't speak for. Other than it's wrong in general.
This is gonna be a long fucking podcast because timeout. Doesn't that go against the socialism thing you just said about capitalism?
No,
what you just said.
No, the rules still apply. It's just like I'm unaware of the details of such things that are going on over there. That is,
you're unaware about a lot of details, but you know they affect you. You know, you even here to the degree that you do, even though it's a little bit, you know, you disproportionately profit in a way, not monetarily necessarily, but in a way more so than those people. They live at a detriment for those like nicer things I asked you about earlier when I asked you to give me a yes or no question. And you gave me a whole nother answer. When I asked you yes or no, you gave me the answer you gave me. That goes right back to that.
But which part? We've been talking a long time, but whatever.
No, okay, I'm saying we was talking about that like an hour and a half ago, but I'm saying like that was something you said where I was like, oh, okay, well, doesn't that kind of not dictate, but misconstrue what you say about socialism when you say that, even though it's about people from another place? You just said you don't care about, or not you don't care, but you see other people at a detriment. But nigga, if they got to deal with that, they got to deal with that. They over there. No, that's capitalism.
No,
that's capitalism.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that I can't speak for how those people who are being affected view those white people and the way that they look at them.
Oh, well, yeah, that's why Arabs hate America. Well, that's the bad statement. That's why a lot of people in the Middle East hate America.
But what I'm saying is this. You know, we can speak to the way a hotep in America maybe can speak or thinks about the American white man, right, no matter who it is, the hotep. You know what I'm saying? How they would think to them. I don't know what the hotep is in South Africa, or how it would feel, or how that person feels towards the white colonizers of South Africa.
Right.
All I can say is that what's happening in South Africa is fucked up and wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because it's like
and more relevantly, Israel and Palestine, but we're not gonna go into that. But
I don't know what I can't speak to that neither, nigga. Because I thought Rihanna was saying something that was okay, and then apparently everything was not okay. So I don't know what to say about that at all. I don't know whether there's a side in that or not.
That's one of them.
I don't know whether there's a good side or a bad side. I'm unaware. I'm keep that a beat.
That's like being Indian in America. That's one of them fights where you like, look, I don't know what side is right or wrong, but
which Indian? That. Native American Indian, or are we talking about Indian?
Like Asian Indian coming here. Yeah, like that type, not Native American, that type. Like them looking at black and white shit, because a lot of Indians, I live in a very Indian community, and I have for a while. They go, we squint at each other because from a distance we look like each other. We go like, whoa, oh, okay, no, I don't know that nigga. Like, nigga, it's a thing. You feel me? Like, it turns into one of them things where it's like you see the shit and you just don't want no parts of it. That Israel and Palestine shit is that. Like, nigga, they've been fighting over that shit since the Bible was created. Yeah. Even the white man said, y'all figure that out. Fuck it. Until it come over here, unless y'all fucking with our shit, y'all figure it out.
But that's what's crazy to me is about that, which is a whole nother podcast, but how religion has really just like destroyed like whole communities and civilizations with being able to thrive just because two sides of people don't agree on who God is. Like straight up. Like that's fucked up, nigga. Like we've been fighting. Like, look, fam, I might actually like a chick on the whole other side that's complete opposite religion than I am, nigga. Completely different tribe, whole nine.
Right.
But because of the fact that we don't agree on who God is, we at war, tribally. That shit sounds like the most like I'm gonna put it like this. It sounds what's the word I'm looking for? Anti-civilization. Like it just seems like some shit you should be as far as we are as mankind, we should be surpassed. Fighting over shit like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, come on, bro. Like people gonna pray to whoever the fuck they gonna pray to, bro. That's part of the Bible. At a certain point in time, God was just like, yeah, y'all gonna do whatever the fuck y'all gonna do. But I'm gonna let you know what's gonna happen if you don't.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but y'all gonna do whatever the fuck you gonna do. I gave y'all free will. What you gonna want? What you want? I knew this shit was gonna happen. So hey, it is what it is.
Facts.
So
but moving on to the second, guess what race it is? Because we gotta get the fuck up out of here. Bro, do you realize it's the first time we've gone 3 hours since like the beginning of the year? We are like at the 3 hour mark. Like we started at 12:30, nigga. It's 3:30. Like we had a smooth ass conversation, bro. Like a motherfucker, bro.
We cooking. This is what we do.
Bro.
One podcast dies, nigga. We live.
Fuck that. Like I said, it might be some new property. It might be some open property on the block, nigga.
What Nas say? Like niggas is like roaches. They're never gonna go away.
Facts. Facts. Facts, nigga. Okay, so the second one. Man arrested. I don't remember what tune I just went with before. We'll figure it out. Guess what race it is? Round 2. Man arrested after he allegedly drilled holes in a U-Haul's fuel tank to steal gas. Guess what race and state it is, folks? I wish we were live. This is why we need to start doing this show live, so you can drop it in the comments and it'll be on time and you won't hear his answer before you give yours. Guess what race it is? Round 2.
This is a white man. This is a white man outright. Because I've seen a lot of white fuckery in the past week as far as these niggas like trying to. I seen a whole Hummer blow up earlier today.
H2 or H3?
H3.
The bitch one.
Had all the he had fucking was it 5 2-gallon fucking gas tanks full of gas and shit in the bitch. And that shit happened in Texas, and he left the shit in the fucking car. And Texas and heat and shit and gas.
Not a good mixture.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say they didn't teach us well in Detroit public schools, but
we knew that
science, nigga. Like that's all I'm gonna say.
We knew that,
like,
nigga.
That's it.
That.
Like science to that. But yeah, so I'm gonna say this was a white man, because I haven't seen anybody of any minorities looking like this, and if there is, I'm gonna be shocked. And I'm gonna keep it safe. I'm gonna keep it safe, and I'm gonna say Texas.
Final answer?
Yep.
Close. You get 1 point. White man, yes, but not Texas. No,
Florida
no,
again?
No. I wouldn't do that to you twice, sir.
Yes,
Georgia man. No, I wouldn't. Georgia man.
No, they got A's there.
We're not gonna go back into that. Georgia man arrested after he allegedly drilled holes in a U-Haul's fuel tank to steal gas. Jesse Smith, 25, was
That's
arrested.
A very white name.
Very, and look at his fucking face.
That's the face of someone that blew his white privilege, because his parents set him up with a name that was easily look good on the job application, and this nigga completely fucked that whole thing up. Like, nigga, even if you was a crack baby, your name was Jesse Smith, nigga, you was made to be able to succeed at least at a Burger King
in America.
But continue.
Jesse Smith, 25, was arrested after police said he drilled holes in a U-Haul's fuel tank to steal gas, spilling gallons onto the street in the process. Smith was allegedly caught on surveillance footage that made the rounds on social media and TV, resulting in a slew of tips to the Georgia Police Department in that county or city, whatever it doesn't specify. He was charged with criminal damage to property and theft by taking. So I guess you get 1 point, but at the same time, meth heads still exist in Georgia. So that's a thing.
Yeah, I'm shooting like Kerry Kittles from Villanova. We all right. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not that bad just in this week. But I will say is this.
Oh, no, I got round 3, and then I got to take a piss. But okay.
I have to take a piss too. So, like, let's get to round 3, or let's, like, take a piss now or take a break now, and then we can do the last round.
Now, you got pissed that bad?
I actually been holding it for like the last 25 minutes.
Me too.
So it's really up to you. It's your segment.
I mean, scale of 1 to 10, how bad you got pissed? Because I can hold mine another 5 minutes.
9.5.
9.5. What does that mean?
9.5 out of 10.
Oh, you got to piss.
Yeah.
So it's starting to hurt.
Kinda. Like
so let's take a break.
Yeah, it's that weight on the bladder, bro.
So
like,
let's take a break. We'll be right back in round 3, and we get the fuck up out of here because we gave y'all niggas a whole lot this week.
Preach.
So we'll be right back. And we back. Niggas had to urinate. We have urinated. Bladders are empty. Marijuana and tobacco is lit, and we will now resume
round 3.
Your favorite.
It's not anyone's favorite, but round 3
will be once the Breakfast Club is no longer and we carry it on and it becomes mine for real because Charlemagne doesn't care about this. It will be round 3 just for you.
Round 3.
Guess what race it is, folks? Man allegedly disguised himself. Well, I guess I kind of have to give up part of this, don't I? Yeah, man allegedly disguised him. Well, I guess it could be anything other than that or that itself. This one's a riddle. Man allegedly disguised himself as a white man to commit over 30 burglaries. Guess what race and state it is, folks? Is this a white man in a white man suit, or is this another race? Find out on
This
this
is a white
episode of
man in a
Dragon Ball
white
Z.
man suit. If it is a white man in a white man suit, the person that wrote that headline is terrible. But
how fucking hilarious would it be, though?
I can see white America being like, nope, this is not one of ours.
They selling that nigga in the racial draft real quick.
Oh shit!
Real quick.
Like these niggas look like like the bus boys from Waiting, nigga. Like, no, they're not one of us. Nigga.
Justin Long and them.
Like, these are not one of us, nigga. Like, no.
God.
Damn. This sounds like niggadom. This sounds like a niggadom plan that went very wrong. That was fucked up. That was like, this is America. That's like, that's where it sounds like, yeah. It sounds like a very fucked up niggadom plan.
So you going black?
I'm going for niggadom for the hilarity of it.
It was state. I'll give you a clue. It's not Florida.
Connecticut.
Final answer.
If it's not Connecticut, it's Massachusetts.
Final answer.
Yeah, final answer.
You know, you did pretty good this week. You got one spot on somehow. You got one halfway right, and then you got another one halfway right. Now, when you find out which one you're halfway right about, that's the one you're going to be the funny. That's where the funny kicks in. No, it's the nigga. It's the nigga. It's not Connecticut. Black man alleged. That's the title, by the way. Black man allegedly disguised himself as a white man to commit over 30 burglaries. Now check the name. Check the name. Check the name. Rakim Prowl. 30 years old.
Wait, tell me he's like a yellow type nigga. He can't be like a nigga.
This nigga darker than me. Look at what he did. Oh my god. I wish I had the other picture. Oh my god.
Oh,
Bro.
I'm crying, laughing.
30 years old. 30 years old. Allegedly wore the disguise. 30 years old. And granted, look at that. Look at that. It's Rakim. Wow. It's not, you can't see it for real. It's not Rakim like the rappers. It's literally spelled Rock M. Like I am. Like Rock I'm. Like the Rock I'm. Like Rock I am. Just to get, but obviously pronounced Rakim. Anyway, 30 years old, allegedly. 30, it gets worse. 30 years old, allegedly wore the disguise to commit about, no clear number, but about 30 home burglaries in the Southern California area starting last April. He was caught
in California, yeah.
He was caught on May 2nd after he was pulled over in Beverly Hills. Officers found the mask and other items that connected him to Beverly Hills break-ins last July and on April 20th, where he stole, check this, flat screen TVs. Prowl was arrested charged with 2 counts of burglary, 2 counts of grand theft, and 1 count of vandalism. Detectives conducted a search warrant at Prowl's home, where police said they found stolen items that connected Prowl to the dozens of other home break-ins in mostly wealthy areas in quote-unquote SoCal.
I'm understanding more and more how much this criminal masterclass is needed these days.
You niggas don't know how to hustle, riot, rob, nothing, do you?
I can clean up.
You niggas don't know how to do shit.
I can clean up, nigga. What's dude name that be doing
Christ.
shit, something Robbins or Roberts or some shit.
Tony
Robbins?
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony Robbins, yeah.
I could be that nigga, criminalization.
So Jordan Belfort.
Like, yeah.
Jordan Belfort out here hustling. You ain't know. For those of y'all that love Wolf of Wall Street like me and the man to the left of me,
he still ain't paid the mans though. That's what's hustling. That's white privilege.
For those of you that love the Wolf of Wall Street movie like me and the man to the left of me do, hey, nigga, or right, I guess I don't know how this shit looks.
I don't know how this shit look and shit.
Anyway, that nigga's still hustling, bro. Can you sell me a pen, bitch? Because if you can't work here. Fuck out of here, nigga. Should be the name of this episode. Can you sell me a pen, bitch?
I could, but that's depending on whether you stealing the paper from me.
Word to Rory. Anyway, we'll get the fuck up out of here.
Are you still in the paper or not? Episode 156, Millennials Podcast, House of Spades Media. I am your host, Jose Ortega. I'm gonna let my co-host exit himself out and shit because I'm hungry like a fucking starving slave.
Well, before I exit myself out, I was thinking about something. I was thinking maybe.
Stop thinking, nigga. Been 4 hours.
This is quick. I was thinking maybe we could add this into the episode, and maybe when we are live streaming it at some point, this will be a useful segment where at the end of the episode, we try to figure out the best name. Because y'all usually leave it up to me, or we all congregate on the name of the episode as a group between me, you, and George.
But then you forget the shit by the time we leave.
Because you don't text it to me, or I'm too drunk when you tell me.
We talk about the shit.
Because you text it to me, you don't text it to me, or I'm too drunk when you tell me, and then I don't remember it the next morning and have to freestyle. So when we start live streaming and shit like that, this would be a great time for people to start dropping like episode names that they think after they've sat through all of this shit. It works for the podcast.
It don't.
It used to not. Anyway, and I like to switch it up these days. Anyway,
stop drinking Tito's.
Fuck you. What should the name of the podcast be?
Stop drinking Tito's. Nah. I don't even know. And now I'm curious. Because
this is like the second time in this episode where I realized we would do like really good live streaming, but we just weren't live streaming.
No, we just, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, you know. We
I think we could pay for Zoom to do that, but I don't want to do that right now.
That would require us doing this all the time, which probably wouldn't be bad if we got like we set up our microphones to set up for.
That's a whole other conversation.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
Episode 156. What's the episode name?
I don't know. It should be something regarding watch your paper.
Yeah.
Like, I like protect your chicken. Because that's what you got to do. Shout out to Beast Mode. Protect your chicken.
Is it protect your chicken?
No matter what your chicken may be, protect what's yours, goddamn.
Is it protect your chicken? I don't want to get too hip hop here on this podcast. But that was ironic to say.
Don't wear your album, my nigga.
Fuck you. Protect your neck.
I say chicken. And the only reason I say chicken is because
I say neck because there's a recovery involved in this that may or may not happen.
I say chicken because everybody in this situation really has to account for like what we talked about today, has to account for in some way protecting the value on which they have something, either through voting, financially, or morally. And it's like people
I
gotta,
think those things go hand in hand depending on the situation.
But we talked about a lot of situations that all go hand in hand together, where you in that same sense, you gotta protect your chick.
You don't have to protect your chicken to not hold your mans. You don't have to protect your chicken to not let your mans in the VIP. You don't have to protect your chicken to not be respectful to a nigga that you should, at the very least, even if you don't like them, you owe them respect because you built something with them.
It depends on who's looking at the chick.
And that's the end of it. Protect your chicken. We out.
Yeah, man.
We out. 157 next week, bitch.
Hey.
Busy 9-3, Kwame Khalifa. Y'all know the rest. Check my bio, bitch. We out.
100.
How you stop this shit? Oh, there it goes.